Hi everyone!
What's up?
As you can see, we're not in our regular studio.
Nope, we've been invited by Santa
The one and only.
to his very special streaming room.
He was a bit busy at the moment,
Yeah, so he
he had
couldn't
to
make
deal
it.
with us.
Yeah.
But he left a list.
Yeah, I've got a little bit of beard as well, you know, so it's not white, you know.
In a couple of years, you will look like Santa.
I'm not
probably.
quite so jolly, you know.
Well,
Ho ho ho. Doesn't come quite, you know, come out the right way.
needs a couple of years of practice.
Yeah, you know, just
Then you'll make
give
a
me
good
give me
Santa.
a couple of thousand years and I'll be fine, you know.
So we got a very nice list from Santa.
We do, yeah, that we do.
But before we go into that, I'm
A
gonna
word from our sponsor. No, that's not.
from our sponsor. This video is sponsored by MSI. But first I'm going to make you disappear.
Oh my
Because
god.
I'm going to talk about the giveaway.
Exactly. That's go on. Throw it at me.
Where is it? Oh.
And it's gone! Because today we're running a nice giveaway. So we're giving away several $20 Steam wallet codes. So make sure to enter the giveaway. Go to msi.com/2/insider. Sign up there. Like our Twitch or our YouTube. If you like both of them, you'll have double the chance to win. So make sure to enter. And then we can get Peter back maybe. Hey, you're back!
All right.
Good to see you.
I saw myself there for a bit, so I was like, my reaction was like, oh. Anyway,
You just went to the bathroom real quick and
yeah,
stuff.
man.
Like,
Yeah,
All
that
between.
was like lightning break.
so, the list.
So, the list. The naughty
list.
Do you want the naughty list or the good
I don't know,
person?
what list did he leave? Was it another list?
I,
Just check the list and see
What
if
is it?
you're on top.
it's a present list. I'm not gonna show it to you guys, but it's a present list. So Santa made this for us.
Present list.
Yeah, well, a gift guide list. So basically, yeah, Santa just listened to everybody, all the good gamers out there who this year actually
bad gamers?
did their best to get good, because that's of course always the mission. Yeah, and so he left a gift guide set for yeah for good gamers, for the good ones.
You mean the good ones in game or the one that behaved well?
Hey, why can't it be both?
If you don't behave well, but you're good in the game, you still
You don't have
you don't
to be.
deserve it. You always have to be nice.
You don't have to be an unpleasant person in when you're good in a game, you know. You can be both. You can be good in a game and a nice person.
And you can be bad in the game and very salty and
Oh
toxic.
yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's me.
Okay,
So what's on the list?
So these presents aren't for you.
Not for me.
I don't know. I don't know.
I might as well just leave that.
We might have a different list for salty gamers. I don't know. This one.
All the
This one's
leftovers.
exactly. This one's for the good ones. All right. So yeah, let's start off by the first section. So first, we're going to talk about motherboards. We're going to cover, by the way, I believe 19 gifts or well, suggestions for gifts today for products. So yeah, let's start off with the first one. I think it's a motherboard. So, but
Yes.
let's see, because I have them here. And they're numbered as well, so let me just quickly tear the number off before I give it to you.
Oh, thank you.
I don't know if it's for keeps, by the way. Or you can
I'm not very
do
good
main
at
cam
opening.
first before, yeah, because now
presents.
it's kind of you're already showing what's inside there.
Ah.
We want to kind of show the surprise.
Here,
All
we'll
right.
spoil it.
Yeah. Well,
Look.
you're being spoiled anyway with these presents, my man. Yep. So just get rid of the.
It's gonna be a mess.
paper.
You have 19 of them?
Yeah. Yeah.
Where
so
are we
the-
gonna leave all the wrappings?
There's gonna be a stack of wrappings in the back. Don't worry. We can throw them in the fire or something. You know.
So this is a very small box
Yeah.
for a very small motherboard.
Yes. I
So
do
it's a-
believe it's called also.
Maybe we can
There's an
show
I
it to
behind
us.
the name. B450i.
For ITX,
Exactly.
because this is the B450i Gaming Plus AC, and the AC stands for
Wireless. AC.
definitely wireless AC. So that's one of the features of this board, but it has a couple of more features.
Yeah. So what can you tell
me
us
just-
about this one?
Let me just grab it real quick, because I have one right here. Look how cute this is.
Aw.
Like, why do you need a big motherboard if you can have
Aw.
something like this?
Well, it's very cute indeed.
And it can actually do a lot that bigger motherboards.
Because so it's
Can do as
surprisingly it's small, but it has surprisingly a large amount of possibilities and features.
Also, if you look at the PCB, how many components? It's
Yeah.
quite impressive.
There's no wasted space on there. pretty
Definitely not. There's not much space at all.
Yeah.
Can easily take with one hand. But
Mhm.
this motherboard is made for AMD Ryzen processors. And the cool thing about B450 is, even though it's a mid-range platform, but you can still overclock.
much. Nice.
So that's really nice.
Because that's what you do want, of course.
Definitely. But you have to make sure in a small system that your airflow is good enough, because that can be a bit tricky.
Yeah.
But the board is really suitable for overclocking. So you have a really strong power delivery on here.
Mm-hmm.
And make sure to have sufficient cooling.
Yeah.
There's also sufficient cooling on the VRM, but make sure, especially if you're using an all-in-one water cooling, for example, that you have proper airflow in your case.
So when you're saying there's sufficient cooling on the VRM, can you show it in the
Yeah,
detailed
let me
cam maybe,
just
so
show
you
you.
can show what you mean by that?
So here,
Is that part?
that's the heatsink
And
on there.
that's not plastic, guys. That's actually like
that's
heats in
A
metal.
big chunk of metal.
Yes.
Let me see if I can show it a bit better. To properly cool the VRM, so if you're going to overclock, the board is actually suitable for it. But it has a lot of more features,
Do tell.
because on the back of this motherboard, there's not much space on the front, so sometimes you have to put stuff on the back.
See,
And there's a
that's
turbo
clever.
M.2 slot here.
That's clever.
So you can put your M.2 SSD on the back of the motherboard. So if you're going to build a system with this motherboard, make sure to install your SSD,
The SSD
before.
first. Yeah.
Yeah, been there, done that. I installed the ITX motherboard first, and then
Yeah.
I'm using an M.2 SSD, and then I had to take everything
So
out.
you
again.
were studying the front, like where is this connector?
Yeah, like maybe it's below here, or
Yeah,
maybe underneath.
Maybe they hit it. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
On the back.
They did hide it, but
Mm.
still, it's a turbo M.2, so it's a very fast interface that you're using.
Yeah.
So you can get the fastest SSD you like and still put it on this very small motherboard.
Nice.
So no concessions on storage speed.
Cool. All right. And of course, wireless. So also when you're making a small build, which is mobile,
Mm-hmm.
you can easily take it with you to LAN parties, to friends, whatever.
Let me just show it. in
The
detail.
wireless is a really nice feature that adds just a bit of extra possibilities.
Hello, close up.
Can we get a close
Thank
up?
you.
Yes. Yes.
There you go.
There you can see it.
So the wireless connector, adds a little bit of nice
Yeah.
extra possibility and extra flexibility. If you're just, you're on the move, you don't have the internet, the Ethernet cable ready somewhere, then you can still do
And
wireless.
especially if you build a small system like this,
Yeah.
you usually build one if you're on the move a lot.
Well, yeah, or with that in mind anyway. Indeed.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, nice. That's the first one. Okay.
I can't keep it.
Well, no, but I mean, I'm not sure
Too bad.
if you. I'm not gonna say if you want to, but considering the things we still got coming up, yeah, you might wanna hold off. Hold your horses. I mean,
Okay.
this one was pretty good.
It was nice.
Pretty good.
Always
That's
start
right.
small.
That's right. Yeah. Well, we are starting small because the next one is another motherboard.
Bigger gift.
And it's quite a bit bigger. Yeah. There you go.
That's indeed a bit bigger.
So go right ahead. So that's number 2.
Also, if you have questions in between, just drop them in chat. I can
Yep.
read it right next to me.
Which chat are you checking? I'm reading. We try to check all of them.
Yeah.
So we have an overlay that is supposed to put all the chats together in one window. So we should be able to see all of them. Sometimes it doesn't work 100%,
just-
so bear with us. If we don't see it, then we're very sorry. But we should be able to see all the chats together, so all the platforms. Because we are, if you don't know, we are streaming on 4, 5 different platforms. So Facebook, YouTube, Twitch,
Thank you. On 5 nowadays.
Twitter, well, Periscope basically, and Mixer. So there you go.
Okay, next present.
Yeah. Right,
I
give
just
me the wrapping paper.
Gonna leave the wrapping with you.
So hopefully it's not too bad this time.
You're making everyone deaf.
Ah.
The B360 Gaming Pro Carbon.
Oh wow. Game Pro Carbon, that's always one of my favorite ones.
It's a very popular series, the Gaming Pro Carbon.
It is, it is.
Because what Gaming Pro Carbon essentially is a lot of the gaming features from the higher end models put in a very affordable package.
Which looks very nice to boot.
It does. It does.
You know, with the carbon and the RGB
Shall
in
I
it.
grab it right away?
Well, yeah, I mean, go for it.
Because you're saying it looks good, but we need proof for that.
Have to show it, man.
There we are. The Gaming Pro Carbon. Maybe you can see it better like this.
In a close-up, yeah, there you go. There you can
So
see the,
it got the
carbon
name
really
for a
nice.
reason. You have all
Obviously.
the carbon accents. And as you can already tell, we have a very big heatsink here.
Yeah.
That's the extended heatsink feature. And that's also for the VRM cooling. B360 is not suitable for overclocking, but modern processors from the 8th and 9th series that you can run on this motherboard, they tend to use more power because they have a lot more cores nowadays.
Exactly.
So it's very important to
Still have proper cooling.
still have proper cooling if you want to get the maximum performance out of your motherboard.
Exactly.
So on the back of the motherboard, it's maybe a little bit harder to see, but I think with the slide we can easily see it because it has Mystic Light.
Ooh.
Who doesn't like, especially in those cold winter days?
Hey, man.
You just put it on green and red.
everything
You're
is
all in the Christmas mood.
Exactly, everything is LED. You know, the LED is the best way because the days are getting shorter. You know, it's always dark really early, and so yeah, to light up the dark with some RGB, that's what it's all about.
So if you forgot to buy lights for your Christmas tree, you just
can-
put your motherboard in the tree.
You can, well, that, or you can build a PC and call it a Christmas tree. You know?
Like a case mod.
Well, not
In the
even.
shape of
you
a
know, you
Christmas
just
tree.
can
Sounds
just-
pretty cool.
You know, if you put it where normally you would put a Christmas tree in your living room or something, you can have the same kind of glow and vibe. Yeah,
Nice.
you can even add some music, you know, and some animations.
Sounds cool.
Yeah.
Let's go
Alright.
a little bit further on the features of this board.
Yeah.
Because here on the front, you have two turbo M.2 slots for the fast storage we already talked about with the ITX board. But what's also very nice about this board is the I/O, because you're getting a lot of connections. You have an optical output. You have USB 3.1, both Type A and Type C.
Yeah.
So a lot of connectivity options. Also the board itself, PCI Express. It's an ATX board, so you have a lot more options here.
Yeah, expansion slot options.
So if you want to
yeah.
use multiple cards, for example, streaming cards like capture cards,
yeah.
stuff like that. Maybe if you want to use separate sound card. I don't think you should, because it's actually running
Audio
Realtek
Boost, right?
ALC
Yeah.
1220
Yeah.
codec with Audio Boost technology.
Exactly.
So it's already a very
Pretty good.
pretty good.
You'll be
I
hard.
think it's like
You'll be hard pressed to find
Yeah.
an expansion, you know, and an add-in sound card that actually, yeah, gives you more value and you know better sound. That
yeah,
way.
it's actually like one of the best implementations right now you can get on a motherboard.
Yeah.
You usually see it on the higher end models, but now we also have it on the Gaming Pro Carbon.
Yeah.
So it's still a very affordable option, but
Yeah.
really packed with some
really
nice features.
really nice choices.
I think this is from the ATX motherboards. I always like ITX, but from the ATX motherboards, this is one of
would
my
be-
personal favorites.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, nice. So didn't I promise you there would be nicer things even coming up than the ITX board in a different way? You know,
Yeah.
this one's really nice.
Now I'm
Alright.
getting curious. What's next?
Well, let's get right into it. Because I've got another one right here. And this one's even...
Someone's asking which
Really
socket it is. Yes, it's LGA 1151. So it's
the one.
suitable for both the 8th and 9th generation Intel Core processors. Whoa, this is a nice packing.
Look at that. So the elves were really busy. Look at that.
I almost feel bad for tearing it apart.
Well, you know. someone put in the effort, so you have to put in the effort to destroy it. The packing, not the product.
Let me see. I'll try to keep everything nice. This is more complicated than usual packing.
It's more complicated than it looks, guys.
Yeah.
Alright.
Maybe we can decorate you with it.
Well, don't bother. It's alright. It's okay. I don't need a bow tie, you know, with the red stuff.
Ronnie the Gamer is asking, what's its DDR? It's DDR4.
As is pretty much all the latest motherboards.
It's the standard nowadays.
Already
So
for
also
a few
the
years,
ITX
right?
model, yeah.
There you go.
I think for 3 or 4 years.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Yeah, something
Quite
like
a long time already.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all the products that came out in the past 3 to 4 years pretty much will have DDR4 memory support.
For Intel, that is.
For Intel.
AMD
yes,
started with the Ryzen platform.
Yes.
So the ITX board also has DDR4.
We can
I almost made it.
We can only dream. Wow.
A whole PC in the tree. RGB to the max. Oh, talking about RGB to the max.
There you go. Alright.
The MEG Z390 Ace.
That's one of our latest models.
You can already see by the packaging that it's really a luxury product. Got the gold in there.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean the whole thing just screams premium.
Yeah. So this is the smaller brother of the Godlike.
Yeah, exactly. But it's very similar in a lot of ways, right?
It really has that Godlike look and feel, and some of the features, which we'll also talk about. As you can see already a little bit, we also have the board
In
here.
the slide, indeed.
So let me just grab it with it. There we go. There it is, the MEG Z390 Ace. And as you can see on the slide, we have a nice window right here. Well, it almost looks like a mirror.
Yeah.
Don't get scared if I
It does
point
have
at you.
well, you can actually see yourself, so it is actually a mirror pretty
Yeah.
much.
But there is RGB in there.
Mirror, mirror in the motherboard.
Because it's Mystic Light Infinity. So it really has like an LED effect.
Yeah.
That it seems like you're looking into infinity.
Yeah.
So it's
But
pretty cool.
It does look really cool, guys.
Yeah. It's a little bit hard to show now.
Yeah.
Because
I think in a previous
Not
stream we
connected,
actually
obviously.
showed it, where we unveiled these new models, and we actually were able
we
to
did
hook
show it
up.
on the Godlike, but it's exactly the same on the Ace board.
Yeah, exactly. So if you guys are wondering what it looks like, you can always look back towards the stream after this one ends, of course, and then see. You know, we tried to capture it on camera as well as we could, but honestly, it's hard to capture these things on camera as well as they look in real life. So just imagine whatever you see on camera, and then imagine it's like 10 times better in real life.
And it's really cool in real life.
It is.
Because
yeah.
it also syncs with all the other RGB. And if you connect other RGB devices to your motherboard, you can also sync those devices with the Mystic Light Infinity on the board itself.
Yeah.
So that's a really cool feature.
It is, yeah.
And talking about cool features, do you know the I/O shields?
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think about I/O shields?
Well, usually, they're, separate in the box or something, and then you finish doing all the hard work, and you put your motherboard in your case, and then you're like, you look at the back, and you're like, oh, crap, I forgot to put in the I/O shield.
And then you're still lucky.
Yeah.
Because you still have it, I suppose, at that moment. But I always
probably.
lose them.
But how do you do that?
Like, I just put them somewhere, and I don't remember where I put the I/O shield.
Okay.
So for me, I/O shields used to be a bit of a struggle. But this one has an integrated I/O shield, so you cannot lose it anymore.
No, it's actually built in already. So when you get it out of the box, it'll be already attached, and actually you don't have to.
So it's super easy with
do it
installation. You cannot forget to install it.
No.
And you cannot lose it, which is the major benefit for me.
Yeah. So that is really cool.
Yeah.
Just it's one of those small things, but it does make the difference while assembling one of those things.
And that's also one of the features that's also on the Godlike, also on the Ace board.
Yep.
And there's another feature that we have on both the Godlike and the Ace.
Oh.
Because on the bottom here, you have the OC dial.
Oh, the one that goes up to 11.
Exactly.
Mm.
Because it's a Z390 motherboard, so these babies are made for overclocking.
If you don't overclock on a Z390,
And oh, I'm almost stuck.
you're
I'm
missing
stuck
out
in
on
the
some
snow.
performance. Yeah, the snow is really sticky.
And for the overclocking, the OC dial It's really easy. Usually, if you want to overclock, in the past you always had to adjust a lot of settings in your BIOS.
Yeah.
But now you have a couple of presets already, and with the OC dial you can just turn it upwards.
Yep.
And see how high you can get.
Exactly.
But
So
to
you
do
actually
that,
you actually don't need that much.
it's not as much effort anymore.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
quite easy.
yeah.
So even if you don't have a lot of knowledge about overclocking, just use the OC dial.
Yeah. Not everybody is an overclocker. Yeah, we know that. So,
Yeah.
but for the gamers, you do want that extra performance. So.
Yeah. And it's not guaranteed that every setting will work, because you can really go high, up to 11.
Yeah.
So it's a bit dependent on the processor you have. Like, one processor might be a little bit better at overclocking than the other. So for one, a certain setting might work that doesn't work on another CPU. So that's still a little bit trial and error.
Yeah.
But that's always a bit fun as well.
Well, that's like half the fun of overclocking
And you
itself.
can
usually.
see if you won the Silicon Lottery.
Exactly. Yeah.
But
you
to
know,
do that,
Let's just say there's additional performance. You will get
For free.
additional performance for free out of it, whatever way you look at it. So that's always a nice boost.
but to boost your processor like that, you need a proper power delivery.
Yes.
And that's definitely on this board.
Yeah.
So we have a
maybe
13 phase.
You can point them out
Let
a
me
little
see.
bit.
There you can see it under the heatsink a little bit.
Well, the
can already see the
power
chips.
phase is multiple components, obviously.
Yeah.
But usually you can judge by the number of capacitors that are lined up here, pretty much. That'll give you a good impression of how many phases, and if it's like a lot of phases or only a few.
And this one actually has a 13 phase power delivery.
Yeah.
So this motherboard is also suitable if you want to overclock the really high-end processors. Like from the 9th generation, the 9900K, it's an absolute beast.
Yeah.
So if you want to overclock that model, you really need to make sure that your board is ready for that.
You don't want those sweating power supply components.
Exactly. So really, if you're going to overclock the top-end models of the 9th generation Intel Core processors, make sure to get a motherboard with a proper power delivery, but also proper cooling. Because as you can see here, this motherboard also has heat pipe cooling.
Yeah.
So you have the power delivery all around the socket, and the heat sinks that are connected with the heat pipe as well. So you really get proper cooling for your hardware.
I see a nice little, comment basically, which says, in my opinion, gaming doesn't benefit much from overclocking your CPU, since GPU will do most of the work.
That depends on the game.
Exactly. So some games, you're absolutely right. The games that are very GPU intensive, graphics card, or at very high resolutions, usually, yes, the GPU will have a bigger impact. However, the CPU speed will pretty much always have some kind of impact. The more it's depending on the GPU, the smaller the impact. However, especially for competitive games like Counter-Strike, Overwatch, League of Legends, Dota, all those very popular games, even PUBG, can benefit quite a lot from overclocking and getting a higher clock speed out of your CPU. So again, it really depends. And also lower resolution, because that means that your GPU has to do less work, basically. So if you're gaming on full HD, chances are that you'll benefit more than you think from overclocking your CPU a bit. So again, it's just, it won't make like 50% difference or something, to be fair,
No.
but it is a nice boost to give you an extra few FPS.
Just in between, some people weren't seeing the giveaway button. So I put the link in chat. If you follow the direct link, you will go directly to the giveaway. Make sure to enter, because you got... Oh, Peter disappeared again.
Woohoo!
It's
I'm still here.
Oh, you're still here.
Don't worry.
I thought you would run off right away. So make sure to enter a giveaway. Go directly to Gleam and enter the giveaway and have a chance to win one of the $20 Steam codes.
Yeah, don't miss out on it.
So
Some other nice... Why did it take 30 years to think of a built-in I.O.? I have no idea.
I think it took a couple of years to invent the wheel as well.
Yeah, probably. Well, I mean, it might be...
I think this is better than the invention of the wheel.
Now it's here, it might be one of those things that you think, well, yeah, that's like a logical thing to do, and why didn't everybody do this?
That's always, looking backwards,
Exactly.
everything is very logical.
Yeah.
But at that specific moment...
Yeah.
But now it's here.
You're welcome, Deathstrike.
Another question. Does the Z370 chipset support 9th gen Intel CPUs? Yes, it does. But take a good look at especially what CPU you're going to use
Yeah.
and what type of Z370 motherboard you have. If you have a higher end model, that will run perfectly fine even with the higher end CPUs. If you have an entry level model, that might get a bit complicated if you're using, for example, the 9900K, because these boards were not designed yet for the 9th generation. They were designed for the 8th generation and they're compatible with the 9th generation.
Yeah.
So if you're running a high-end motherboard with Z370 chipset, it shouldn't be a problem at all. If you're running a lower-end CPU, for example an i5 from the 9th generation Intel Core, then it shouldn't be a problem either. But make sure to match your components properly.
Exactly. If you when you go looking into i9s, yeah, it might be worth checking out the Z390 instead.
Unless you're running like a really high-tier Z370. It will do the
Yeah,
job.
yeah. But I mean, we just want you guys to have the best advice. You know, we're not gonna just gonna say, yeah, I mean, you can put everything on there. Yeah, you can. But you know, you also want to have a good experience. You don't want to, you know, run into any issues. So do a bit of homework if you're looking into that one.
See if I have some more questions.
Yeah, I mean.
What about Pong? Would I see a difference if I overclock? Yes, Pong is so much smoother if you overclock your CPU.
Yeah. It might get harder as well because it moves faster. So I mean, you have to have like really good reflexes. You know, better get that energy drink in or something.
And make sure to play Pong on a 240 Hz screen.
I see a nice question for you too, by the way.
Oh.
Is Edge better than Ace? So somebody's been paying a lot of attention to our models because Edge is one of the other models.
We actually can let people vote what's better.
I mean, who are we to say what's better?
Maybe we can already spoil this a bit.
I don't know. Should we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting to get the thing in the screen.
The thing in the screen.
Yeah.
What thing in the screen?
I think it will be there sometime. There we are.
Ooh.
Because we would like you to decide what looks better. We have Team Ace and Team Edge.
Exactly. And I think there's actually, you can win something, right?
Yeah, we have several nice prizes you can win. And Team Ace is designed by MSI and Team Edge is designed by Western Digital Black.
No.
So.
But these are like complete builds, right? It's
yeah,
not
they're
just the
complete
motherboard.
builds.
Yeah.
And they're based upon the Ace and the Edge motherboards.
All right. So, guys, go over.
Ronnie the Gamer is clearly on Team Ace.
Team Ace, yeah. To be fair, you know, both are really nice. I have to say. I don't know if I have a clear winner, to be honest. I'm undecided yet.
It's also a bit what you're searching for because there are of course motherboards in different segments.
Yes.
So if you're going to overclock a 9900K, then I would definitely advise you to get the Ace motherboard. Yes. If you're running an i5, for example, i7 on stock speeds, no problem at all. You can also run that on the Edge perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Edge is a lot more affordable. Ace is a little bit more packed with features, stronger power delivery. So it depends on what you're searching for.
Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, go over to our website. I don't know, can you put it on the screen again? Yeah. So I don't know if there's a complicated GPU or
Let me
URL.
post the link there.
Oh, there you go. So you actually have it. Because yeah, so you can click on the link, vote whatever you think looks best. Let us know your opinion and have a chance to win. So you know that's all you have to do.
There we go. So in chat you can find the link. Follow that link.
Mike's just putting it in the chat now.
Yeah. And you can see the exact systems and vote for your favorite.
Exactly.
And also have a chance to win some nice prizes.
Coolio. All right.
I'm up for my next present.
Are you? All right. So let's nicely get rid or you know put this one away. Put this one.
I'll just gently put it in so I don't destroy it.
Yeah, that's what she said.
We got children watching, Peter. Behave.
What's love got to do with it? All right, here's the next one. So this one is actually, guys, if you look at it compared to the other packages we had, you know, the other presents, this one is like the biggest one yet. So I wonder what's in there.
Must be good.
I wonder. It must be
at least
good
this one,
or God.
Maybe both. At least this one is easier to unpack than the other one.
It is, yeah, a little bit. Alright, so keep the questions coming in the chat, guys.
And we also have a Team Ace because it has less RGB. Yeah, some people like RGB,
Yep.
some people don't.
But don't
That's all.
forget, usually
Both
you
is
can
fine.
you can also turn it off if you don't like
Yep.
it. All right.
Now I get why the box is so big.
Ooh, look at that. So MEG X399 creation. Yeah, this is one of our really high-end boards.
Yeah. This is like the motherboard to get if you're running an AMD Ryzen Threadripper CPUs. So
Yeah. Or looking to use maybe one of the future CPUs that, I mean, more cores, right? More cores.
and it already goes up to 32 cores. The platform.
Like
So-
we need more.
Yeah. So let me grab that. Of course we need more.
What kind of question
yeah,
is
what
that?
kind of- Stupid question, Peter.
Well, I don't know. I mean,
Of course
my,
we need more.
my games don't use that many cores yet.
No, but do your rendering programs do that?
Oh, yes.
And if you want to game and stream at the same time,
Here's
you
an idea. Can
definitely-
we do RTX on the other cores?
I'm not
Rendering,
sure.
you know?
Yeah, could be. There we have it.
All right.
There's actually a nice CPU in there,
Ooh.
so that will serve as a cover.
But is it is that one released yet? The CPU?
Let me see.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Does look like it. It's
Yeah,
not like
it's
it's not like
released.
we get NDA CPUs here or anything, guys. Don't worry.
It's the it's the 32 core,
Ooh. So it is
the one that actually suits the motherboard best. I think.
exactly. It
My
is-
personal favorite.
It is the beast itself.
Exactly. And the motherboard also is. Only look.
I
at
mean,
this
it is heavy as well.
it is crazy heavy.
Yeah. But what makes it so heavy? It's the cooling, right?
Yeah,
It's
the heat sinks on top of there. Because this motherboard actually has a 19-phase power delivery.
19.
So if you're really going to run a CPU with that many cores, and if you maybe even want to overclock it, you really need a really
good
decent
cooling.
power delivery
Yeah.
with really good cooling.
Yeah. And this one has it.
Yeah. So here, if I show the top,
Yeah.
there's actually a metal plate on the back also to keep it there.
Strap it in.
Yeah, and it's a really heavy board. So I don't know if you can see it properly like this.
It's a bit light, but yeah.
There you have the power phases. So it's very strong, and yeah, it's I'm speechless. And the cooling also, like we saw on the Ace as well, you have heat pipe cool. The heat sinks are connected by a heat pipe.
Yeah.
So you really get proper cooling. But still, if you're going to overclock a 32-core processor, also make sure you have sufficient airflow as well.
So tell us a little bit about the other features, because I see also, I mean, normal motherboards.
Yeah.
We started out with a board that had 2 DIMM slots, or memory slots, if you will.
Yeah.
The
And
other
that's-
ones had 4, I believe.
Yeah, RTX, they have 2 DIMM slots. Then you
Yeah.
have ATX, they usually have 4.
There you
This
go.
is actually an extended ATX motherboard, and this platform supports quad-channel memory. So,
That's ridiculous.
and you can actually use 2 modules per channel. So in total, you can install up to 8 DDR4 memory modules.
That's ridiculous.
So we actually did a very nice creation live stream already, and there we installed, I think it was 128 gigabytes of
Was it?
DDR4 memory.
That's crazy.
But like it's quite logical if you think about a 32-core processor.
Yeah, if you want to use it, if you want to get the most
Yeah.
out of it.
It doesn't
I mean,
make sense to have like
Yeah.
a very small amount
So-
of RAM.
So either you want to have like the ultimate system, the badass one, and you get this motherboard, or the godlike, you know, something similar. Or if you're, you know, somebody who also does rendering, or you know, does their own, creative stuff and creating movies and rendering all kinds of crazy stuff.
Hmm.
Then this board will actually cut down your rendering times significantly, depending, of course, on the hardware you put on there. But
Yeah.
you know, this board will be able to basically be
So
the
if
ultimate
you
rendering
only
platform.
do gaming, then don't bother.
Yeah.
You'll be perfectly fine with the mainstream platform. So either AMD Ryzen or Intel Core processors. If we're going to do the really heavy rendering tasks, then Threadripper can be a really nice option.
I think there's a really nice question there by Muhammad. What PSU is suitable for this? Because I think that's a really good question because of the
Yeah.
the lunatic number of VRMs and the cores and the memory DIMMs and all that kind of stuff. So what kind of PSU should you be thinking for this? Or power supply for you guys who don't know what a PSU is?
That's very dependent on what CPU you will put in there.
But I mean, just
And it's also, yeah, it's...
general advice to have some space
It's
to
very
grow.
complicated because you can use this for so many use cases.
Mhm.
For example, as you can see, you have 4 PCI Express times 16 slots.
Yeah.
And this processor offers many more lanes than the mainstream platform does.
Yeah.
So if you're running multiple GPUs, then you need a really, really, really beefy power supply.
So you're talking minimum 1,000 watts.
If you're using multiple CPUs, probably even higher.
All right. So just to give you
Yeah.
guys, and if you're going balls to the wall,
Yeah. If
You
you're
know-
only using single GPU with the 32 core,
Mhm.
then you will be fine with 1,000 watts.
but if you're going balls to the wall and all out, the most
All out,
badass
yeah.
build you can figure out, you're what kind of PSU are you looking at?
Also dependent on the graphics cards, but yes, I would definitely look at 1,000 watts plus.
Okay. So there you
The
go.
more
guys.
graphics cards, the higher you have to go.
And don't cheap out on the PSU either.
Yeah.
You want the highest standard, which is I believe 80 plus gold, or what is it?
No, way higher. I think
Oh,
we're
is
at the highest is titanium at the
Oh,
moment.
wow,
I
okay.
think. You
Well,
have
there you go.
platinum and then you have titanium. So we can gold is old.
Oh, sorry.
You can get a lot higher, but efficiency doesn't tell the whole story. It's also about the power that it can
Yeah.
deliver, of course.
Yeah. But it is important, especially when
Yeah.
it comes to systems that really have to use all that power as well.
This motherboard is crazy. Go to test it, and it ran faster than Santa's reindeer.
Nice.
Well, I actually saw Rudolph running outside, and he's really quick as well.
Yeah, he is. Or
Did you see-
Blitzen was really fast, man.
Yeah, he was so fast.
He was
that
like
I
the
didn't even
Flash.
see him. But did you see what the new feature on Santa's reindeer?
No, is it
Rudolph
RGB?
now has a mystic
An
like nose.
RGB, yeah. Oh my god. I don't know if he can sync it with, the rest of the sleigh and...
We actually have some more stuff to show on this
Alright.
motherboard. Because look, here you have a very big heatsink, and you can already install 3 M.2 SSDs here. But if you want to install more than 3 M.2 SSDs,
Yeah.
it also comes included in the box the Expander Aero card. Let me
Exactly.
see if we have the slide.
We should have the slide there.
So you
There
can.
you go.
The cooler is already taken off there, so
Yeah.
you can already see what's underneath. You have 4 more M.2 Turbo M.2 slots for
So,
more storage.
In total,
You can put up to 7 M.2 SSDs on there,
that's crazy.
and they all support PCI Express, the NVMe interface. So it's crazy fast.
So for your rendering, your saving, your writing, your IOPS,
Exactly.
that's just...
If you're doing a lot of video editing, for example, and you're going to throw around with very, very, very big files,
Yeah,
like especially if you're doing 4K editing,
Yeah.
those files get ridiculously big,
exactly.
and then you really want fast storage. So
We're not talking gigabytes, we're talking terabytes.
exactly. So if 3 is not enough yet, just put in the Expander Aero card that is included in the box, and you can go up to 7 M.2 SSDs.
Wow.
And in the corner, we see something familiar.
Yeah. The dial.
The OC dial is also included on the Creation motherboard,
Right.
so you can easily overclock your system if you like.
So that heatsink that looks like a stealth bomber.
Like, yeah, it actually does,
We
babe.
show it like that. Yeah. With the wings.
I'm very happy that you're carrying the motherboard now because it's so heavy.
Yeah,
that-
you really need to. Your whole build will be quite heavy with this. This is some seriously heavy stuff right here, and you need it to be.
Harish is saying in chat, believe me or not, I got Intel Pentium with DDR2 3 gigabytes RAM, 300 gigabytes HDD, and 265 megabytes integrated graphics. Maybe, just maybe, it's time to upgrade.
Maybe it's time to ask Santa for a gift.
For
an
for
upgrade.
example, the MEG X399 Creation.
Well,
would
that's
be
a
nice
bit
upgrade.
crazy, maybe. Yeah, that's a bit crazy, I think.
That's
But
cool, though. It would be quite a cool upgrade if you go
True.
from that
True.
to this.
So what else? I mean, do you want to show something on the I/O panel as well here? Because I see a lot of connections.
A lot of connections.
So if you want
So you
to
actually
point
have-
something out.
there.
Yeah.
You have 2 times gigabit LAN.
Okay.
So if you want to connect it, for example, to multiple networks, this is also very suitable for prosumers. So people who are using it professionally as well. And they sometimes use external networks to share files and stuff. So it can be very handy there. And of course you have a massive load of USB ports.
Yeah, you can never have enough
Yeah,
for this kind of
because
thing.
for all
some, where is it? Your
external
Type
devices.
C as well, of course.
Yep.
So the latest connectors. One of the
C,
things I'm
Type
really
A.
interested in as well is these. There are 2 buttons here.
2 buttons.
These are buttons, guys. I don't know if you guys can see them, but these are not like connectors. These are buttons.
One button is the clear CMOS. So
Okay.
that
That's
essentially what it does is it resets your BIOS
Yeah.
in case that's necessary.
that
for
one's
example, if
on
you-
most motherboards, right? These days. Or a
The
lot of them.
button is on the higher end motherboards, and there is also you can also do it with a jumper on many boards,
Mhm.
and some boards also have it as a button on the board itself
Okay.
instead of on the I/O.
Okay.
And another way to reset your BIOS is by popping out the battery.
Okay, but yeah, it shouldn't be necessary. But
No,
the other
it's
button,
like if your computer is if your motherboard is built into a case,
yeah,
it's of course not very handy
No.
because also the battery is located underneath your graphics card, so
Yeah.
it can be a bit complicated.
Yeah.
So that's why we included a button on the I/O shield, so
Yeah.
you can easily press it and reset.
but there's
your
2
BIOS there.
buttons there. So one is the
Yep.
clear CMOS. Okay, that one's been
Mhm.
around for ages. What's the other button do?
It's BIOS Flashback Plus, and what that essentially does is you can flash your BIOS to a newer version by just connecting your motherboard to a PSU.
All right.
So you don't have to install a CPU, memory, graphics card.
Okay.
You can leave it all out. You can
Alright.
just you put a USB stick in there with the right file for
Right.
the new BIOS.
Okay.
Then you press the button and it will automatically
Just
flash your BIOS.
update to the latest, well, to the
Yep.
version you've got on the stick.
Yeah, and that can be very handy. For example, if AMD decides to come out with newer generation CPUs that can be supported by the motherboard but are not supported by the BIOS yet,
Mm-hmm.
then you don't have to install an older CPU to flash the BIOS and
Yeah.
make it suitable for the newer generation.
So that's a really cool feature. I mean,
Yeah.
this used to be like it
used
doesn't
to
happen
be
that
quite a
much, but
hassle.
it was a hassle, yeah,
Yeah.
if you had to do it. So that one's really cool.
Makes
That
it a
was a
lot
really
easier.
really new feature, and of course some wireless here on there as well, guys. Of course, on this high end, you know, you kind of expect it, but
Yeah, dual band wireless AC, and
Exactly.
it also has Bluetooth 5.0 on there.
there you go.
It's also
Well,
a
you
really
don't
nice
see
feature.
that on here, but you know, it does have it.
You don't see the Bluetooth like
No.
winding around there.
No, you don't know. It's, yeah. And of course, also because, you know, this kind of board, content creation, it's of course mostly video a lot, but audio as well. So all the high-end audio components with the audio boost technology is also on this board. So you also get the really the best quality audio on this board.
Harish asking for the name of the motherboard. This is the MEG X399 Creation.
Do we have the box here somewhere? Maybe we
Let
can
me see.
just pull it up.
Aside because it's quite big.
Yeah, of course.
There we go.
So side by side. Here we go. That's the one.
Okay,
Right. Wow. Okay. Cool.
let me just remind everyone
Yep.
that we're going to let Peter disappear again. Because we're running a very nice giveaway. Make sure to go to msi.com/2/insider and join our giveaway, and you can win a $20 value Steam wallet code there.
Maybe
you
we can already draw a winner.
draw a winner. It's a good
Yeah.
idea, but before I do that, for the people who have not participated yet and
Yep.
don't see the link, I will put the link directly in chat.
Because I saw some people asking in the chat, is there a giveaway? Yes, there is. Mike's gonna put the link in the chat right now. So if you go there, just make sure you subscribe, like our Twitch and our YouTube for the maximum number of
Okay.
chances, and don't miss out on some free Steam credit. I mean,
That's pretty good.
$20, pretty nice.
So let me draw our first winner. Ooh, we already got
There we
quite a
go.
couple of entries.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
Draw a winner.
Uh,
The winner is Elias Bloch. I'm not sure if I pronounced it correctly.
could be.
Bloch?
But
Bloch?
anyway,
Bloch?
congratulations.
Yeah.
We'll contact you after the stream, or well, maybe tomorrow. I don't know. But anyway, for your game code, for your Steam wallet code, obviously, So
and you
yeah,
can decide yourself what kind of game you want to
exactly
buy.
what you want to do, or maybe you want to get some sweet skins or something in a game. You know, these days a lot of people are doing that as well.
Could be. I prefer games though.
The thing is, like Steam credit, you can do so much with it. The only thing you cannot do with it is buy Epic exclusive games.
You can't?
No, because they're Epic exclusive.
Okay.
Sorry guys, I was just reading about that. There are like more Epic exclusive games coming out. So.
If someone's chat is responding, that Steam wallet code will be enough to buy Ghost Recon Wildlands.
Oh, that game is pretty sweet though. It's
Yeah, I haven't played it yet.
I
heard
have
some
it's-
about it. It's
Yeah,
cool.
we used to have a bundle with it like back in the day when it came out, but it still is a really nice game to be honest.
Nice.
So yeah. Anyway,
So
congratulations.
Larry, good luck. Make sure to enter the giveaway, and perhaps
Do it.
you win the
And
Steam
you-
wallet code,
and
and you
you
can
get-
buy
exactly.
Ghost Recon Wildlands.
You can be playing Ghost Recon Wildlands, you know, throughout Christmas and avoid all those dinners.
Who is talking?
All right.
Next present.
Yes. Okay, so yeah, next present actually, I think we're going to a different category because I think actually is it behind us?
I'm not sure.
Could it be? All right. Well, let's just do this one. I'll let you unpack it,
Okay.
my friend.
Well, this one is easier than the previous one.
Is it?
Yeah.
It is still really
Oh no,
pretty
it's not.
prettily
I thought it
packed.
was. The beginning was easy, but that's okay. Actually has some very nice reindeer on the packaging itself.
Doesn't say who it is though.
So Santa, if you're missing Rudolph, he's on the packaging.
Ooh. All right. So we've got a very nice
Graphics card.
see-through case here, RTX on. It's because it's green, guys. It's chroma key, so
So it's gone.
it's gone. Anyway, really nice card. So this is the GeForce RTX 2070 Gaming Z.
Do you also still have the problem that you want to mention GTX still?
It's less and less. Getting
You're getting
used
used
to
to
it.
the RTX?
Getting used to it. Yeah.
I
getting
still
used
sometimes have GTX, no, RTX
Yeah, yeah.
2070.
I mean, it you know, the GTX has been around for so many years now already. So
Oh,
it's like
that's a very long
hardwired
time.
into so many people.
Ages ago, they introduced GTX.
Exactly. And it is still GeForce, you know, so you still, the GeForce RTX. Anyway, 2070. Yeah, this is, so in the 2070 we still have dual fan coolers, which is in this case the 7th generation of the legendary Twin Frozr. So, yeah, as you can see on the slide, I'll just quickly run you through the most important things. One is we have a new fan design. I have the card here as well. In a minute I'll show you it in the close-up. Which is the Torx 3.0 fan, which is the newest fan design we have. It's got some new aerodynamics features to make it even better than last generations. I mean, each generation of this card and the Twin Frozr cooling has been amazing already, but they just keep getting better. So this is the best one yet. Also on the right side there you see a bit of the heatsink, which also on the top end what we call the wave curved cooling system. So basically also helps to both make the cooling more efficient but also more silent.
So how does that work?
The really technical stuff. Basically it acts like a wave breaker. So the round shapes basically make sure that the air, instead of hitting a straight surface where it starts, you know,
So you don't have the turbulence that
exactly.
you would have.
And the
in-
turbulence is kind of what also causes the
Noise.
whoosh noise,
Yeah.
you know, the windy noise that you hear. So the less turbulence you have, the less of the noise. So basically that's it in a nutshell. A backplate, which of course a lot of cards have. However, ours have also the thermal pads on the back. So basically that means that the backplate also helps to cool the card a bit. So it acts like a passive heatsink pretty much. And also a nice bended edge, you know, just I'll show you it in a minute. And of course the RGB lighting. I mean, that's one of these things that these cards, that this card is all about. And it really looks gorgeous, guys. I mean, yeah, in the presentation there you see a picture we just snapped while testing one of the cards. It really looks nice as well. So let me just get the card so I can show you guys. So here it is. So this is the actual card.
So this is only a dual fan card, but it's still so big.
It is, yeah. I mean, because you want really good cooling on it as well. And to be fair, the Gaming Z is the highest clock model. So out of the box you already get such high clock speeds, and it's such an overclock card pretty much already. So yeah, you want to make sure that the temperatures stay under 70 degrees pretty much, and that's I think what this card has most of the time. So let me show you it in a close-up view as well. That's maybe the best thing. So here you see the new Torx 3.0 fans. The big difference is the little trims. You can see, I'm not sure if you guys can see them here. The little trims on the fan blades, which basically help to the fan spins this way, by the way. Basically helps to steer the air more towards the next fan, which is actually the dispersion fan with the bump on there. And that one actually pushes the air down a little bit harder. And by basically channeling the air a little bit more aggressively by these trims, it actually also does two things. One, it focuses the airflow a little bit more, so it's more, let's just say, it generates a bit more focused air pressure. And secondly, it also helps to, again, lessen the distortion or the
Turbulence.
The turbulence, indeed. So the noise. Through the fans, you can see maybe a little bit, maybe through the back as well. No, you can't see it through the back. Through the fan blades, you can see a little bit the wavy pattern I was talking about. Let's see if I can, which way the best to show you. So you can say through the fan blades, you can see the
wave pattern.
Yeah, the wave pattern in the fins, indeed. So that's really nice.
And the way you just held it, you can already see how thick the card is with the back up.
Yeah.
That's one massive heatsink.
Well, it's like 2.5 slots, I would say. So this is basically, you can see this 2 expansion slots, and it just sticks out just a little bit. So
and I see something new here, because on the previous generation.
Yeah. So this connector,
right there, yeah.
This one is a USB Type-C.
That's what I use for my phone.
I know, and the thought behind it is not that you can now start using your graphics card to charge your phone or something like that. The thought behind it is that actually the USB Type-C also is a display connector. So you will see in, I think the latest VR headsets are already using this connector instead of that one. So and there I think are more and more monitors coming out. I'm not quite sure which resolution. I think you will know this, kind of what resolution that supports.
I'm not sure actually.
No?
What it can, I think it runs the same signal as DisplayPort does, so
yeah.
I think you can go all the way up, which you can also do with DisplayPort.
Exactly. So that's pretty impressive because of the size difference. So that's why there's a USB Type-C on a graphics card, guys, on the new 20 series. There you go.
Let me see if I have some more questions. Is the heatsink aluminum, copper, or plated nickel?
Really good question. Someone has been doing their homework. It's actually a combination of all those things. Because the heatsink itself, like the fins, for example, those are aluminum. The heat pipes, so maybe I can show you a little bit in the close-up again. Here we go. So these fins you can see running along here, these little really thin fins, those are aluminum. But the heat pipes, so the round things in between, and basically running through the fin stack, those are copper. And then below the GPU, so basically below here, there is actually a big block that's connecting to all the heat pipes. And that one is nickel-plated copper. So again, it's actually...
And also the heat pipes themselves are also nickel-plated, so they look like
they look, yeah,
silverish,
exactly, yeah.
But they are made
Inside,
from copper.
Yeah. So again, it's a combination of a lot of things.
Yeah. So the base plate and the heat pipes, they're both made from copper,
yeah,
nickel-plated, and the heatsink itself, the fins, made from aluminum.
But I'm impressed that you know that, man. So really good for you.
Good question.
Yeah. All right. So does it come with a bracket for support? Actually, yes. So I don't have the. Actually, do we have the box here? Oh yeah, the outside box.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not
so, but actually in the inside box there is actually, you can see this in a different stream where we unveiled the 2070. There is actually a support bracket which once mounted in your case, sadly it's still upside down in a lot of cases, but you will have a support bracket that you can put underneath it. So that is actually included in the box with this product. So that's really cool if you need it. To be honest, most motherboards, especially the ones we showed you before as well, those have reinforced PCIe slots, so it shouldn't be a problem. The cards themselves are really sturdy as well, you know, especially with the back plates. So the screws go all the way through into the cooler as well, which means that all the way through the card is reinforced, and so it won't bend, you know, it's not going to sag.
That was sometimes with older cards a problem, that you got bending.
Exactly, because these cards got heavier and heavier,
Yeah.
and you know, it took a while for manufacturers like MSI also to figure out, like, oh, okay, wait a minute, we need to reinforce this because it'll start bending if we don't do that.
Alibaba is asking, isn't it the Gaming X version? No, this is the Gaming Z version.
But again, also really good. We also have a Gaming X version of this.
Yeah.
So the difference is basically the out-of-the-box clock speeds. You can find this on our website. So if you look at it, the Gaming Z is our highest end model, so that one has the highest clock speeds, the highest bin clock speeds as well. The Gaming X has a little bit lower, and then we also even have a Gaming without an X or a Z. That one has pretty much stock clock speeds. Still the same beastly cooler and all the fancy design features. Yeah, so you can choose what you want. So the Gaming Z really is the Z for Zenith. You know, it's the best one. All right. So
Time for the next present.
time for the next one, indeed. All right. So you want to unpack this one as well?
Of course. Unpack all the things.
I was gonna say.
Ooh, I see more RTX.
RTX is very much on today.
There we go.
All right. Okay, so this one is.
So we already had a big graphics card, but
Yeah. And we see the same really nice see-through graphics. It's a really nice advanced box, guys. But again, you know, it's just.
it doesn't look like that in real life.
No, it's
this
the-
is
it's
because
the-
of the chroma key.
Yeah, it's the NVIDIA tag, which is obviously green. So, chroma key. Anyway, yeah, Gaming X Trio. So this one is actually the bigger brother to the card I just had, the 2070. I'm just gonna put that down here. So it's actually the bigger brother. Sadly, I don't have it here, but I've prepared a slide for you guys so you can see it has a lot of the same features of the other the 2070. So it uses the same Torx 3.0 fans, but it uses 3 of them because it's a tri-frozr, not a twin frozr. It also uses a lot of the same technologies in the fin stack, which I just showed you, so the waved curved system. Also the backplate, again, looks really nice. Maybe I can show you that in the close-up view in a little bit as well. With the dual brushed finish, which looks really nice, guys. And the extra thermal pads for additional cooling. But also, again, this card looks great when it comes to RGB. So if you're really a big fan of that, it's one of the next steps we took in RGB, and it really looks so freaking nice. Let me show you guys the backplate, because I didn't show you that before. See if it comes out right, because we have a lot of light here. But as you can see, it has like this dual.
I think you can see it quite well.
There you go, dual brushed finish.
And it's brushed in different directions.
Yes. Yeah.
That's a really cool touch.
So as you can see, you know, the line running through it on the edge. So it's subtle, but it's really nice. And so all the gaming cards that we have on the 20 series have this on the back plate. I really, this is like mesmerizing for me.
And also, if you want to see the specific model that we have the box from here,
Yep.
the Gaming X Trio, we also covered it in previous streams.
Yep.
So make sure to take a look at it if you want to know more.
Yeah, I don't think I have to tell you guys about, you know, the performance and you know, the RTX feature. I mean, again,
I think by now most people.
yeah, and it's
We're
already
right
it's
about
already
it, yeah.
improving, you know, because it used to be RTX is like half, it halves your
Yeah.
FPS. But I think even in Battlefield 5, which is one of the first functional game titles that includes RTX, they already patched it, and I think the performance is actually quite okay. And
Pretty
this
much
again,
better.
this is just the first step. So if you guys want to get into RTX, yes, it's expensive, but holy crap, those visuals. There's just nothing that can really come close to it. So, and it will only get better in the future.
It looks really good.
It does. It does. All right.
Sometimes it feels like cheating a little bit. Like if you're looking at the window and you can see who's behind you.
I saw one of those. Yeah, I mean, this changes the game for some of these titles as well, guys. Because it used to be that, you know, for example, in Battlefield, if you're looking into I think it was like a mirror or a picture on the wall, that they could actually look into that and then see the reflection behind them of who's running past them or something. And you couldn't do that without RTX. So again, you know, this for competitive gaming, it's kind of like, we have to rethink that as well to make sure everyone sees the same thing, regardless or if you're using RTX or not. So, interesting. Very interesting. But really beastly cards, guys. Really beastly cards.
I think I'll put this one on my Christmas list.
Yeah, this one is firmly on mine as well, I'll have to say.
So have you been good this year?
I've been trying to get good, yeah. I'm not sure if I managed because, you know, becoming a daddy and stuff, you kind of have to let go of gaming a little bit. But I'll get back to it.
So does your baby daughter also put it on her list?
She can't write yet. Come to think
That's
of
a
it,
pity.
she can't talk yet. I'm not even sure if she can form sentences yet in like thinking. So.
You would be surprised. Like all of a
Probably.
sudden she says, "I want a GeForce RTX 2080 Gaming X Trio, Daddy."
Yeah, her first words will be RTX on.
And because she can't write yet, you have to write it down for Santa and put it in her sock.
Exactly.
Then it has to be a small note, by the way, because her socks are still not very big.
Probably. All right.
So let's continue to our next.
Yeah.
Present.
So the next one is actually really big. So like, maybe you can put up the giveaway.
Okay.
Put up the giveaway.
And it's gone. If you haven't yet participated in our giveaway, you can still win one of the $20 Steam wallet codes. So make sure to go to msi.com/2/insider and join our giveaway. If you cannot see the link there, I will also put the link in chat manually. So make sure to enter. There you go. And Peter is back with indeed a very big present.
Just careful to make sure I don't damage anything.
You're destroying the snow.
I know. I snow.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
Alright.
So, let me open this up. That's a big present.
That is one
Just
big
gonna
present.
rip it off.
By the way, world's first.
No, it's not. That's the world's first present.
Yeah. Woo. Okay.
Let me just can you lift it up a little bit.
Yep. Yes, I can.
There we go.
See if we can put it so that you don't see like really ugly reflections.
You already put all your fingerprints on there.
Yeah, but that's okay.
That's okay. You get those for free, guys.
No, they don't get it when it's not included by default. Like all the cases that are being produced,
Yeah,
just
man.
like Peter has to put his hand on it.
Exactly.
to get
like a
the
signature.
original fingerprint.
It's like a signature.
So what we have here, the MAG Pylon.
It's it's I think one of our first cases, right?
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
in that we sell separately because we've made cases
Exactly.
before with all the you know
They were like systems or bare bones, but this is our first like only the
full-fledged,
case. Yeah.
actually case or chassis.
And we actually have this in two versions. So here we have the MAG Pylon. We also have the MAG Bunker, which is essentially like the same idea, but you don't have the tempered glass on this side as well.
So there's
only there.
Yes. So there's a tempered glass here.
Yeah.
And here on this side, which
So
you
on
cannot see.
the Pylon you have tempered glass on three sides. This side, the front, and that side.
Yeah.
And on the Bunker you only have it on the front and this side.
Yeah.
And there's another difference because the Pylon that we have here comes with 3 RGB lit fans on the front.
That's lit. That's lit AF. Am I right?
And they also support Mystic Light, so you can synchronize them with your motherboard, for example. So you can really have that cool Christmassy build.
Vibe.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I mean, you can do, you know, red, green, red, green, red, green. Make it
Sounds pretty cool.
exactly.
So at the moment, this is a full build system already. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of components in there. That's why it's also very heavy.
Yes.
But let me see if we can turn it around to the
But
top.
you have to lift it. Yeah.
What do you want
if
to show?
Just go forwards with the
Oh crap.
yeah.
All right. So you want to be like enough for the close-up cam, or
Yeah.
okay,
Like that?
Let's try.
There we go. So as you can see, you have two USB 3.0 ports and two USB 2.0 ports on top. So you can connect a lot of devices directly on the top of your case. You also have, of course, the headphone jacks for your headset.
Yep.
And what's also very cool, if you can put it down a little bit further,
Oh, down a little bit further.
here you have magnetic dust filters. So they come off really easily, and they just easily put them back on.
All right. Did I squash anything? No, I didn't.
Watch out, because tempered glass, it can break, so be careful.
Exactly. Don't worry about it. Okay.
So it's an ATX case.
Yep.
So let us know what you think about it, because still, as we said, it's something, a market we just entered,
Yeah, it's one of our
And-
first
yeah.
cases. So
and we're always looking for feedback, what you think about the product, what you think we can improve.
Mhm.
But I think it's a nice start. Looks pretty cool.
Yep.
So
Right.
let's get this baby aside again.
Maybe you can put up the giveaway again. So I feel less awkward.
So maybe I can draw another winner. Like if we have the giveaway again anyway. So the next winner is let me see how I pronounce that. Christopher John Hamlin, I think it is. Congratulations, you also won a $20 Steam code. We will send it probably tomorrow to you. Make sure to get a good game with it to play during Christmas. Congratulations. Peter is still gone. Or maybe has changed a bit.
What?
Well,
I got ripped. Well, I'm the new Peter.
You're a strange Peter though.
Yes, I went tanning for a bit.
Okay. That worked.
Yes.
Can you recommend me the tanning studio you went to?
Yeah, let's do that after this.
Okay. So we have some more presents.
We do. I noticed because it was really hard getting here.
So you have to stumble through all the presents here.
Yeah. So let's
Yeah,
see,
like
what do we have?
maybe you guys don't know that, but Santa has quite a small house, and you can imagine how many presents he has to stack. Another present.
Yes. So shall we open this baby up?
Yeah. Now you can do the unpacking. I already did a lot of unpacking. So in between,
So what do I get?
I will also post the giveaway link in chat for ones that don't see it.
So what do you think, guys? A graphics card or a laptop?
I think it's Rudolph.
Unicorn, a bike. It's actually a computer, a desktop.
Complete computer.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have expected that since it's such a small size.
It is a small box.
Yeah. But I'm sorry, guys, because I've dropped this box a lot of times, so I had to patch it up a bit, and so it's really scratched. So don't mind that, please. Just look at.
Did
all
you also
nice
do that to the
visuals.
computer or only the box?
I'm not sure yet. We can we can see about that part later.
Okay.
But so yeah,
So what computer do we have here?
the Trident 3.
Trident 3.
Yeah. So it's really a small form desktop, as you can see here, because the box alone is already like really small. But maybe I can put this on the ground and take out the product, and we can see even more clear what this
Everyone
product is
thought,
about.
in chat, most people thought it was a graphics card.
Ha! Fooled
They
you.
were wrong.
Well, let's get the real deal out of it.
Oh man.
That's a piece of cake taking this out of the box, I guess.
But this is a different color.
Yes, okay, so guys, I know on the box it was a black version. And here we have a white version, because unfortunately I actually dropped the black version and it's broken now. So you just have to make do with the white version, because it's actually exactly the same. Except for the color.
So you dropped and the box.
Yes.
And the computer.
Yes, yes. So Santa's
Like
gonna be really mad at me.
You're going to be the new Eric
Probably. Yeah.
Like if Eric is not around here to destroy things, then we also have Chad to take over. And
Exactly, because I already started drinking Diet Coke, so might as well get into
oh,
the
you're really
habits.
getting there.
Yeah.
So
I
that's
mean-
a small computer.
Exactly. I mean, just look at this size. It's like just like the upper side of my chest. Well, my upper body, like the upper half of my upper body.
So it's a bit like console size, right?
It's really because, if I'm really being honest, if I look at my PlayStation 4, it's
Why do you have a PlayStation 4? That's my first question.
it's
Never
because
heard
you know.
about PC Master Race?
No. You got this wrong, my friend.
Oh, you bought it for so you can use controllers?
No,
or
I
something?
bought it because when my friends come over, they're not the PC Master Race, unfortunately. So when they come over, you know, they can actually have something to play with.
Play with. You mean like a
Yes.
media player to watch movies on?
Yeah, exactly.
So
you know.
afterwards you can.
Occasionally
Go
putting
to the
some
PC
CD
and-
and grab the controller and just play, pushing some buttons and stuff, and some stuff will happen on the screen. It's not really,
Old-fashioned guy.
yeah, exactly.
I'll just stick to the PC.
Yeah, so if I look at that one, it's really about the same size. I mean, and as you can already see on the slide,
We're getting accused of PC racism.
guys, we don't do racism here. That's not cool. Are we doing that?
It's a bit dependent on how you behave towards me.
It don't matter if you're Trident is black or white.
Yeah, that's a bit harsh.
Black
That's a bit harsh.
tridents matter.
Definitely. Let's
But the
get the
white one is
hashtag
cool
going.
as well.
Yeah. I mean, we should start a hashtag. Right?
Sounds like a pretty good one.
Yeah.
So what's in
Okay.
here? We already
So-
got the question in chat. What's inside?
What's
It's,
inside?
it's just an empty case. Nothing.
Yeah, I mean, you can just throw it away.
Yeah. Like
let's
you did
not,
with the black
let's
one.
not do that. So, but maybe before I get into that is because since I already talked about size, so you can already see what kind of size this is, but you know how much can you really fit in there. So on the slide you can already see it's 4.72 liters, so that's really not much. So it's like almost 5 bottles of 1 liter Coke. As you can imagine, it's really not that much.
Don't try it at home if you have such system. Don't
we can try
empty your
beer.
bottles of Coke to see how many fit in there, because it will break your computer.
Exactly. But to answer the question, so we have a lot of different configurations. So, you know, you can either go for an i7 8700K, or you can go for, if you're not really like a very enthusiast gamer, or you can just occasionally play the game, you know, you can just go for an i5 8400. Sorry, apologize, it's not a K version. 8700, not K. So,
But that's still
it's
very
still
fast
very
for
impressive. I
such
mean,
a
if you
small
look at the
system.
size, and there's an GTX 1060 in here. So if you really pair those two combo, you know, at 1080p gaming, I think
This is not a 1060.
well, you can pair it up with a 1060, but you can go up to 1070.
This is a 1070.
I thought this was empty.
This is actually the
It's
one.
supposed to be empty.
It's not empty.
No,
It's
but
a
I
very
think we
nice
have.
system.
Yeah, we have the 1070 in here. The 1070 Arrow.
It's the Aero ITX version. So
Yeah.
you can also buy it separately. It's a
Exactly.
really cool, small, powerful card.
Mm-hmm.
And here it's included in a case that's less than 5 liters.
Yeah, but I mean, the amazing part here, I think, is really if you can pair up the CPU, you know, the 8700 with a GTX 1070 in such a small case, it's.
That's a real decent gaming.
I mean,
rig.
yeah, I mean, I can just grab it on the go, you know. It's. I can just go to my friend and he'll
LAN
be.
party.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, most people will be bringing a gaming laptop, but why bring a gaming laptop? You can just bring this small guy.
And you can also put it underneath your TV, like that.
Exactly. You can even take it off. So maybe.
That's a pretty cool feature as well.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what else to ask from this. And you might imagine, you know, since it's so small, you know, how can it be cooling itself very efficiently? Well, I think for that, you know, we have the Silent Storm cooling, our very exclusive cooling system in here, which you can, well, actually on the slide, you can also see how it's actually constructed inside because, well, let's not break this bad boy open, but there you can already have an idea what's inside and how it's actually a bit of constructed. But like I said before, it has our own exclusive Silent Storm cooling, so it really takes care of the heat very efficiently by separating the chambers. So
Getting a question in chat, can it be customized?
can it be customized? Actually, yeah, you can actually upgrade this because we've thought about that part. So, like you can see on the slide, you can just simply, you know, if you want to upgrade your video card, just take the old one out. It's very easy.
But make sure that you buy an ITX model graphics.
Exactly, because you can imagine
Because you have
otherwise
limited
it
size
will
in
not
here.
fit in here.
So you can upgrade it, but
Yes,
like
just-
take good care of that you have a small graphics card, because a big graphics card will obviously not fit in here.
exactly. So you can really take the parts out and you need to make sure that you know what you're doing and see that when you're actually trying to upgrade it actually fits in your configuration.
Yeah.
Because the
It will
possibility
be a pity
is
if
there.
you just bought a new graphics card
Exactly, and
and find out that it doesn't fit.
Yep. So you can imagine what you're gonna be writing on the recent pack.
Getting another question, what's the power supply? That's also an interesting story with this model.
Yeah. Well, with this configuration, you know, the i7 8700 and the GT 1070 will have a 330 watt supply. It's platinum, so
And it's also external, right? Because that obviously does not fit
yeah.
in a
Well,
case
I
like
don't
this.
have it here with me, but yeah, it's an adapter, so you can just plug it in, and on the other side you can just.
It's a
plug
bit
into
like
the power
you know
supply.
from a notebook, for example.
Yeah, but slightly bigger, as you
Yeah,
can
a little
imagine.
bit. Yeah, also depends on, like if you have a gaming notebook, they also have
Exactly. Well,
pretty big power bricks.
and I think some of you will think, hey, this actually looks like the Trident X that we have. Because, very true, we also have this one, but in a very, let's say, a bit more glossy version. If
More
only
extreme
somebody
version.
can throw it to
The
me,
X is there
that'll
for
be
a
so
reason.
good. I mean, well, yeah, okay, maybe it's not being thrown to me, but hey,
Oh, it actually is.
I think Axel Santa brought it to me, guys. Look, it's the bigger brother.
I would definitely try that at home. Just stand like this.
Yeah.
Trident X, Trident X.
So yeah, so
drop
this
from
is
the
our more recent version of the small form desktops that we have, and I think maybe some of you have already seen the live stream on this. If you haven't, you can check out our YouTube channel, go to our webpage. You can find everything there is to be found about this little monster. But yeah, so let's put this back again because our Trident 3 is the main star here. Thanks, Santa. So, is there any other question that people are?
Let me see.
Interested in.
Does it use a PCI Express riser?
Does it use a PCI Express?
Yeah, it
Yeah,
does.
well-
That's like the only way you can orient your graphics card like this, because here you
I
have
mean, if only I
the
can
motherboard with the graphics card
break
is
this
below.
open. Yeah. I think on the other slide you can actually maybe you can see it. I'm not sure if you can see it on the slide, but okay, it's not really that visible. But yeah. So I think that's it for the questions.
Yeah, let's go to the next one.
All right. Maybe I'll just bring this home.
Not the Trident X? Or both?
Well, actually, I have two arms, so why not both? So, another one. So, what do you guys think? What's in here? It's another, not that big of a case, I guess.
I think a new pair of socks.
Actually, do you always get like socks for Christmas and stuff? Because I always get that from family and friends.
Socks are great to get. Like, are you wearing happy
I don't
socks
know
today?
why, but I always get
Jazz
socks.
always wearing happy socks.
Yeah, because it really makes me happy.
Like, I'm not a very happy person in early mornings, but when Jack comes in and he's wearing his happy socks, then it's all good again.
Yeah, I totally fell for the marketing, guys. It really makes you happy. So let's see.
Another one!
Another one. Actually, it's the exact same one, but this time it's actually the white version. So it's the Trident 3 Arctic. So the previous one it was just Trident 3, and this one is the white version.
But you only have two arms, so how do you carry the black one, the white one, and the Trident X?
I can squeeze one between my legs. Usually that's not something what
Or you
happens
can just
between
give
your
one to
legs,
me.
but in this case, I can make it work. Or you can just join me, you know, just be my accomplice.
If I don't have to play on a PlayStation, if we can play on a Trident instead, then I'll join.
Ah, I see. Well,
Well, we
since-
already talked about this.
But actually, you know, maybe we haven't touched on anything, or I mean everything yet. So I can just bring it
There's
back
more.
and perhaps show you even more, because maybe that's part of the plan all along. Let me just grab it. So, in the previous topic, I've covered, you know, what's actually inside, what it can do, the configurations that we have. But some of you might be wondering, you know, okay, but what about the front side, the back side? What about that? So maybe, you know, we can get some close-up look on what's actually on the front, so you can see what you can expect. Well, it's a bit.
That's very wide.
That's really
There's
wide.
snow on the table.
Yeah, but at least you can
Light
see
trident.
all the interfaces here. So you have USB 3 here, actually 2 of them. And again, Mike, like you said, you use this one for your phone. So why is this one on here?
I still use it for my
Yeah.
phone.
So, you know, for those of you just, because most of us already, I think, adapted to USB-C, right?
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think most of us are. And
Also,
so
more
that's-
and more devices are going to USB-C. You already
Exactly.
have webcams with USB-C and other devices, keyboards with USB-C.
So for those of you who are actually keeping up with the trend, you know, we have a very nice little USB-C here for you to use. And of course you have the microphone and headphone jacks, and actually even an HDMI. So that's the front side.
In chat they're saying, white balance goes crazy. Yes, our camera setup has a bit of trouble with all the white.
Yeah,
That's currently
I think
being
our
displayed.
camera just doesn't like white. Whatever that means. So, and on the back side,
Oh, Severage joined us again. Hi Severage, welcome to the stream.
you're a bit late, Average. So what's up with that? Are you ill?
Make sure to be on time next time.
All right.
But good to have you here, definitely.
Yeah. So on the back side, nothing crazy, as you can see. And
Don't
let me
drop
just-
it, you
yeah,
already
let me
dropped
just-
the black one.
Let me just take the foot off. So what's maybe a bit different here compared to normal desktops is that usually this part, your GPU, will actually be horizontal. So here, for those of you who missed the previous topic, this is a very small form desktop. So here we have it integrated vertically. So if you have any more questions about this model, please ask, because like I said, if you have missed it, we actually also have a black version. So this is the white version. It's called Trident 3 Arctic. And we also have the normal Trident 3 version, which is black. So
Jasper is saying
which
in
way you
chat,
want to go?
Jasper
up
is
to you.
saying in chat, I don't even know what USB-C is. That's how much I'm keeping up with the trends.
Maybe
Yeah.
maybe you should put that up for your Christmas wish.
Then you might have slightly been living under a rock, because USB Type-C is like getting quite common nowadays. So look into it. It's an interesting tech because it's really versatile. You can do a lot with USB Type-C.
Yeah. And I think it's nowadays really compatible with a lot of other tech, so it really
Yeah.
makes your life easier.
And also the new Thunderbolt standards. Can also
What
do
I hate the
USB-C.
most is that when I actually forgot my charger,
Mhm.
and I need to ask around, you know, whoever has a cable for me. Back in the days when I was still rocking old models of phones.
Oh, you had like one specific cable.
Exactly. So we still had the mini USB, but everyone else was rocking USB-C. So you can imagine the pain.
Mini USB or micro.
Micro USB. Yeah.
Micro, yeah.
So
But
whenever
that
I
was
want
already
to-
in the good days. Like before that, like
Oh, even
every
you gotta
phone
go
had a
even before
completely
that.
different charger. You could never borrow a charger from anyone with a different phone.
Yeah. Back in the days. Back in the days.
But phones are boring because I think we have more presents.
Exactly. So I think we should go back to that.
Let's get them going.
Okay, so what's next? Let's see. Got it.
Big one,
Look, so
small
many
one.
presents here. It's crazy. And this one is a little bit big.
Oh, Jai, you disappeared because
Oh,
it's
no!
time to re-announce our giveaway. Aha, you're still here. We're currently running a giveaway where we give away several $20 Steam wallet codes. So go to msi.com/2/insider and make sure to enter giveaway. If you cannot see the link right there, I will also put it in chat. And then we can get back to Ja, if he's still here.
I'm
Oh, you're still here. Okay,
Yes.
good. Oh shit. This is one present?
Yes, this is actually one present. But who's gonna guess what's in here? You might get what's inside.
I think it's a mouse.
Mouse.
Gaming mouse. With RGB.
Maybe a shitload of mouse.
I heard a good suggestion there. Pony.
Okay.
Could be a pony.
Well, actually, it's a unicorn, guys. I'm sorry, so it's not.
No
a pony.
reindeer?
No, no reindeer. It doesn't fit in here. Well, maybe if I.
Small reindeer. Baby reindeer.
Yeah. I stole its baby. But let's just open it up.
So they're guessing it's a case in chat.
Case. Very close. Oh, sneak peek.
Still looks like case. Let me just hold it.
Christ's sake.
Like, in a sense, it is a case.
Yes. Technically,
Technically,
what's
it was
drawn
correct.
here, well, here, actually, yeah, everywhere, it's a case, yes. And
There's some stuff inside.
yeah, and for those of you who actually try to read a case, or well, this side, you can actually see what's inside. It's our Infinite X 9th. Well, the 9th is now written on here, but it's 9th.
And 9th is for 9th generation Intel Core processor.
Exactly. And I actually did a live stream on that part, so if you haven't seen it, please go check it out. It's still on YouTube. Just Google it or whatever. You can find it. So let's see what else is on the box. There's nothing interesting on this side. Well, this is basically just a copy of the front side, so let's just put this down.
Oh, we can see something again.
And the real deal is coming!
Oh,
Okay, guys, so here.
that's a bit bigger than a Trident.
Oh yeah, this is where the real power comes from. It comes from within.
So
I'm really
what's
trying
within?
to. I'm really trying to not touch it because it's just been cleared and cleaned by our lovely colleague Robin. So he'll probably get really pissed if I get all my fingers on here.
I already see your fingers all around
Shh.
here.
I hope he's not listening. So this is our Infinite X 9th, our newest gaming beast. Like Mike already said, so 9th is really standing for, well, you can always recognize how we name our models by thinking, hey, 9th. What generation of CPU is currently out, Mike? From Intel. What
Sorry?
generation of CPU is currently out from Intel?
9th.
9th! Well, voila, 1 + 1 is 2. There you go.
And 8th and everything below.
Yeah, well, right now. So, let's see.
Jasper is saying in chat, whoever read these gifts is probably crying in the background. All the effort.
That's actually an interesting fact, but yeah, okay, Santa did it. No one's gonna take credit. So, okay, just leave it at that.
And his elves, obviously.
yeah, of course, he's elves.
He's got a few helpers.
Yeah. I just saw one flying out of the window. That's
Exactly.
weird. Alright, wait, window's that side.
You don't even know where the window is.
Well, I saw the window was
This
there.
is the
Actually, look,
fireplace,
I know, but the
obviously.
window is there, of course. Yes, I know.
So
I
you
know.
can.
I'm sorry.
You
I'm
can
sorry.
feel the heat like coming from in between.
I know it's really getting hot in here, but okay, let's talk about this. This is the subject. So as you can see here, it's a very shiny, glossy side. Well, this is actually a tempered glass, and this case actually comes with 2 side panels. So out of the box, it comes with a classic black side panel, but
Like metal.
yeah.
Okay.
But as you can imagine, during the shipping, you know, the shipping company usually have a very different idea of what they want to do with the package. So just for the safety purpose, you know, we put the black side of the metal side panel on this, just to make sure it's not broken when it comes out of the box. And then you can screw this on yourself with a very handy thumb screw that we have. So you don't need any tools to actually screw this on. But what's actually inside? So we already said what the 9 stands for. So in here we have different configurations. You can either go for the i9 9900K. Well, that's actually the highest that you can go right now, so it's actually in here. And paired up with an RTX 2080 Ti. I mean, Mike, what do you need those setups for? I mean, it's...
To play Pong, I think
Really?
2080 Ti is the way to go.
Well, if I got this setup, I'm not going to be playing Pong. Well, nothing
Pong's
against
a
that
good game though.
Nothing against that game, but
So is Pac-Man.
I'm definitely going to be rocking RTX on.
Pong with RTX on.
No, not that game. I'm not going to play that game.
Okay. Like maybe Battlefield 5 or something.
Exactly. But with this beast, this setup,
People are already
I'm sure-
asking, can we see the inside?
oh, you guys really want to make my life difficult. Shall we then?
Of course.
Let's go. Let's show you what's inside. That's one.
They're also asking what GPU is inside.
Right now, we actually have our Armor 2070. But like I said,
But it's
you have
available in different versions.
yeah,
right?
like I said already, this this PC comes in different configurations. So you can either go for 2080, 2080 Ti or 2070, paired up with i7 9700K or i9 9900K. So it's up to you. Do you really want to push your games to the maximum? You know, do you want to get the most frames out of it?
Chat are saying complete solution for the next 7 to 8 years. Yeah, if you're
Basically,
yeah,
I mean, it's a very good investment.
it's a computer to last.
Voila. Let me not break this. Just put it down somewhere safely.
Gentle, not like with the Trident.
Yeah, the Trident 3 really had a bad time on the stairs this morning. So, okay, I don't want to put my fingerprint on everywhere, but let's try. Oh,
Don't destroy the snow.
oh yay. Voila! Okay, so
Let me just get the camera.
maybe there are
right here,
there are
then
already
we
a
can
few
see
things
better.
that you guys have noticed. Yeah, let's do that size better. So, as I mentioned already, this is actually our Armor RTX 2070, and it's integrated vertically. And you can see up here, our CPU is actually being water cooled. So we have the system. If you maybe go back a bit, we can see the whole case. Yeah. So you might wonder, hey, what is this thing here? Why is everything being separated? Well, good question for those of you who noticed. We are actually rocking our own exclusive Silent Storm Cooling 3 Pro. So maybe some of you are already familiar with Silent Storm Cooling 3. And why is it Pro in this case? It's because Pro means the Silent Storm cooling is actually being finished by liquid cooling on the CPU. So all the Infinite X models, 9th models, are actually coming with Silent Storm Cooling 3 Pro. So all the configurations are being water cooled, well, liquid cooled. So you can actually okay, let me see here. This part separates the upper and the lower part. And there's the third part, which is the PSU part, which I can't really show you here, but there are 3 parts. So
That's actually really nice because the PSU is usually not the prettiest thing in a computer, and it's hidden behind the shroud, so you can not see it.
and now
With
you
the
can
tempered
see
glass
the
panel.
Game Unlimited, because actually this case can really live up to this tag, Game Unlimited. It's crazy, the setups. So yeah, that's our Silent Storm Cooling 3 Pro, and it really takes care of, you know, the best cooling efficiency, so you can have the best heat dispersion inside your case.
Looking good.
Yeah, I mean, also the accents, you know, the color combination, I think it's really tight.
Already getting some reactions in chat. That's
Yeah.
clean, sexy AF.
Well, you haven't even seen the RGB on yet, because this case is fully customizable with our Mystic Light. So you can just download our software, Mystic Light, and you can just actually tune up, as you can see on the slide. Well, unfortunately, I don't have the power on version here, because I don't have power right now. But you can see on the slide, you can imagine what it can do. So you can put on a lot of rainbow splashes, like the unicorn just freaking puked on your computer and inside. So you can really not go wrong nowadays. You can sync it up with other Mystic Light setups. So it's really well lit inside. But well, and what else can I tell about this computer case? This computer, I mean, it's just such a gaming beast. I mean,
I think it speaks for itself.
Yeah, and I think if I actually write this down for my Christmas wish list, I don't think I will ever be coming out of my living room again. I'm not sure about you, Mike, but I don't have a social life.
I think you can throw out your PlayStation if you have something.
Well,
like
okay, let's just not talk
Infinite
about
X
PlayStation
Master
anymore.
Race.
Exactly. I would really love to have this at home, but unfortunately,
You
I've
haven't
been
been.
very naughty this year,
Oh.
so I can say goodbye to this.
You can be
please.
happy that you were
Yeah.
still invited here in Santa's house.
Exactly. But for those of you who haven't been naughty, maybe you can still expect this, or you can just save up the money yourself and buy it. You know.
Make sure that you have a big sock ready.
Yeah.
Was
This
one
is a
thing.
big boy. So if there's anything else you guys would like to know about this gaming desktop, you know, let me know. Maybe I can. Oh well. If we're doing this anyways, before I forget about this, we can also show you the interface on the backside. Let me just aim this correctly. Okay. Right. So you have all your USB 3.0s, well, USB 3 third gens, and your headphone jacks, line outs. Well, nothing crazy here. So you can also opt to you know, switch out the vertical side, vertically integrated GPU to just integrate it horizontally. That's no problem. So that's up for you if you don't like the vertical look. You have the
Jasper
freedom.
is asking, social life, what's that? Some kind of food?
Give me a high five.
I think Jasper is also staying inside with
Yeah.
Christmas.
So I think it speaks for yourself that if you're not happy with your setup or you would like the different hardware in this case, you can always upgrade, because this case it's not locked down, you know, you can just upgrade it the way you want it. Just make sure you're doing your homework and you know what you're doing. And I feel almost sad to put this beast down. I mean, I just want to
Put it down carefully, okay?
Well, not put it down, because it actually comes out really wrong if I say it like that way. I want to put it down because it just came to life. But
True that.
If you want,
Alright,
I can
last-
help you with that.
I think someone is going to run away with this PC.
and
Yeah,
as you
you
can
do.
see, there's a handle here. So if you want to take it to a LAN party, go ahead. You don't have to grab it like a baby with both hands. Just grab it with one of my hands.
But make
Alright.
sure not to drop it.
Hammer.
Alright.
I'm gonna grab it like a baby.
So that was one of the elves, our helper. So, any questions?
Questions?
not-
Oh, more presents!
Alright, we're gonna go for more presents. So where are we now? Let's see.
People are asking only one stick of memory. That's dependent on the configuration. It comes in different configurations. And some have multiple sticks installed, some one. But of course you can always upgrade it as well. If it would already fill up all the memory slots, then it's harder to upgrade.
Well, guys, you can imagine we have brought a lot of presents for you here today, and some accidents can happen,
Just
and we
going to
can't always find
make some-
everything.
Place here.
So right now, I don't actually have a box, but the product itself, look at how well it's packed. Look at it. So, can you tell what it is?
I think Santa was a bit hungover when he packed it.
Yeah. I mean, you can't blame the man. He's like, what, like a million years old?
Probably something like that.
Let me just unpeel it.
Everyone has a bad day once in a while. So
Exactly.
It's okay, Santa.
So, okay. Alright. Our gaming monitor. The Mac 24C. Actually, can we... Well, let me start with the backside first. So, here you
I
can
already
see...
saw a feature. You put it down.
Exactly. So it's very easily tilted. Well, I'm also very easily tilted, but in a different way. You can tilt this up and down the way you want it. You can actually just...
I think height adjustment is so... you're destroying the snap.
Oh.
Height adjustment on a monitor is like...
Yeah.
It's super
And here-
convenient.
You can see a red button. I think this was very easily seen and spotted. This is actually our joystick. You found another feature.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, do you have a headphone to actually put on here?
I'm just going to spoil something a little bit. Did you get it out of here? Oh, neat.
Let's just pretend you guys are not seeing this, because this might be a spoiler, but It's just to
No one
highlight
saw this.
what the monitor can actually do. So,
That's a cool feature.
exactly. Like all of our gaming monitors, this version, the Mac 241C, actually also has a joystick here. So it's a 5-way joystick for you to easily control the OSD. So you can set up your gaming profiles. I'm not sure what games do you like to play, Mike? I like to play FPS.
I like Rocket League a lot and some first-person shooters. Occasionally I play some PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds.
Alright. I think all of those profiles are very easily set up in the OSD.
I think especially in PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds it's very handy. It's easier to spot your enemies if you like have a profile with very high contrast and stuff.
Yeah. So it's definitely very good.
So what size is this?
Exactly. So this, if you remember what I said about the name, it's 241. So the 24 actually refers to the size. So it's actually a 24-inch monitor.
At what resolution?
Full HD.
Full HD.
Yeah. So
At 60 hertz?
no. We don't do 60 hertz here. No,
Okay.
no. That's for PlayStation perhaps. But we don't do. So okay, it's already being spoiled because on the slide you can already see it's a 144 hertz.
Mauro is asking what headset. Like, if you continue
said,
watching, you
don't-
might
yeah.
see it again. Not
Just
going to
pretend you
spoil
didn't
anything.
see it.
I have no idea what's coming up ahead.
Exactly. I don't even know why he's saying headset, but sure.
What headset?
So I've already lined up a few specs for you guys on the slides. Okay, maybe you haven't noticed that this is actually curved, but okay, let me maybe show it like this. So as you can see, it's curved.
Don't drop it.
So you can really enjoy that immersion coming towards you while you're gaming.
That's also very cool when you have
Awesome.
multiple monitors.
Yeah,
you can get them like
especially-
around you.
So you can have the perfect curve. Because as you can imagine, when your screen is flat and you have multiple setup,
You always have those very hard.
yeah,
Angles,
a very hard
yeah.
corner.
Yeah.
So this is our curved gaming monitor, rocking at 144 Hz, Full HD, 24-inch, and 1 millisecond
Someone's
response
asking
time.
why none of your gaming monitors have G-Sync implemented, or I didn't
Well,
find any.
I
Actually,
guess then you haven't been paying attention. Cause Santa, are you here? I need the G-Sync monitor.
there might be an MSI G-Sync monitor nearby
Yeah,
somewhere.
maybe somewhere
Santa
in
is
here.
now looking for it.
Maybe you have found it. I'm not sure, but
But in the meanwhile, we'll continue
Yeah.
with this one.
exactly. So
So
it
we're
also
already talking about G-Sync, but this one has.
FreeSync, and it seems like I'll be receiving a nice little monitor. Ooh. Boom, boom, boom. It's our G-Sync monitor. Thank you. So you can't really miss this this side. So this is our newest Oculus NXG 241R, and it has G-Sync.
So ST61. We actually do have
And-
G-Sync monitor.
What's really amazing is that actually it's rocking 240 Hz.
That's a lot.
This is like really meant for esports. So for you, those of you who really want to enjoy, you know, that experience of, you know, doing esports, I really highly recommend you guys trying out this monitor. It's
I
amazing.
played on it. It's so smooth.
Yeah, I tried it too, and I like to play CS:GO. It's my favorite game. I'm really gonna say if I play CS:GO on this monitor, it's really different than when I'm actually playing on this one. But then again, you know, CS:GO is like a really competitive esports title, so that's really what this guy is actually meant for, to really slay out those esport monitors. But I'm taking the spotlight of this guy, so that shouldn't be happening right now. But for you, we do have the G-Sync monitor, and it's going to go away magically. Goodbye.
And it's gone.
Back at this.
So we already talked about G-Sync and V-Sync a bit.
Yeah.
Like, can you tell our viewers what the difference is between G-Sync and FreeSync? When do
Well-
you need which one?
Actually, it's very dependent on your hardware. So NVIDIA, they actually have a special piece of hardware adapter inside the monitors that actually communicates with the GPU. Obviously, the GPU is for NVIDIA and not from AMD. So for AMD, it's actually, you don't need a special hardware inside the monitor. You can just pick a video card that's actually supporting AMD's FreeSync and have the latest driver downloaded and installed, and you're actually good to go. And of course, the monitor has to support it, and that's hardware-wise, the biggest difference.
Okay.
Maybe you can think of something else.
So NVIDIA G-Sync, AMD FreeSync.
So they both have the name sync in it. That's because it's doing the job by syncing. So if you guys have any questions, please let me know. And if not, I think we should be moving on to the next presents, because we have a lot lined up. Disappear magically.
Magic.
All right.
And it's gone. Next.
What's next? Will we be moving on?
Very small
to...
present, maybe?
Let's see. I think I'm missing this part, but that's it.
Oh, that's a very small present.
Actually,
I think it's a CPU.
another big one.
It's a very big CPU.
Actually, this is the RTX Titan. Okay, let's just open it up.
Are you sure?
The packing is just amazing.
Yeah, Santa did a lot better job on this monitor than on the previous one, packaging wise.
Oh, you can see our logo.
I'll just hold it.
It's happening again.
That's actually quite difficult. Okay, there we have it.
I think we should write some feedback for Santa. Tum-tum! Another gaming monitor, but this time our MPG 27CQ. So the C, I can already explain that, it stands for curved, and Q stands for Quad HD. So remember guys, it's a Quad HD monitor. So there's something interesting on the box.
It's a Quad HD. What resolution is Quad HD?
Well, it's 1440p.
Okay.
Nice visuals, very nice, but let's put this guy down and bring up the real guy.
And if you're watching closely, you might have found out that there has been one on the desk all the time actually. But we have another one right here.
But
so we
here
can show it better.
you can show the
This is the
entire
Candy
thing.
Cane edition.
Yep. But now you can enjoy the entire monitor. We're doing so much manual work this stream. I don't believe I've worked out so much.
Why would you need a workout? You just need to stream and
It's amazing.
dragging
But,
presents around.
Yeah. So I think to start with, I need to highlight this part, because maybe on the slide you can see what this part actually does. It's our Mystic Light. So on the previous model, there's actually no Mystic Light, and here we're actually going full on RGB. Because even on the front side, you can see on the slide that we have separated light strips here down the monitor, and they actually have a very specific function. So whenever you actually play a game, you can set up the specific profiles for the games, and they can actually react in lifetime, in real time in the game. So for example, if you're playing CSGO, or maybe, I'm not sure about Rocket League, but if you're like playing FPS game, they can actually indicate if your ammo is low, if your health is being low. So it's really actually functioning as...
And you can also define your own, like for example, if you want a health bar and an armor bar and an ammo bar, you can define it yourself.
Exactly, yeah, you can actually customize it.
Yeah, so that's really cool.
So it's not just fancy, colorful RGB, it's actually, you know, functioning for a very good... Well, I mean, I would like to use it. I'm not sure about you guys, but hey.
People in chat are already joking about your PS4.
What would you have said if I
man.
said I had an Xbox? Would I have differed?
No, it's just console.
I mean,
it's
yeah.
like, no.
So, so I've already touched on it's a curved gaming monitor. So but it's actually a bit bigger than the previous version because, like I
You
explained,
can already see it in the name.
yeah, in the name it says
27.
27. So if you remember correctly, the 27 will
27
stand for
inches.
27 inches, rocking Quad HD. It's also in the name. So C stands for curved, Q stands for Quad HD. So the resolution is 1440p.
And what about the panel?
Well, the panel is actually 144 Hz.
What type of panel?
It's a VA panel.
So the good thing about VA are the contrast, right?
Exactly. So you have a lot better color contrast and color reproduction.
And also the blacks, they are really deep black.
You seem to know a lot, Mike.
Yeah, I like VA panels.
Well, I see. Do you have one at home?
No, I want one though.
Well, is this something
I
for
still
you?
having like an older, high refresh rate monitor. So back in the day, you could only buy them with TN.
Yeah.
But I think about upgrading to a VA model.
Yeah, I mean, I really prefer the VM version, and the size. I mean, for those of you who like bigger sizes, you know, go for this one. If you don't like bigger sizes, you can go for the previous one, or you can even go for the NXT 241R.
The
With G-Sync.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's really going to be a personal preference, and well, it's very flexible. You can actually just turn it left and right the way you want it, or just up and down. So all in all, a very nice gaming monitor at 144 Hz. So
And also AMD FreeSync technology.
yeah, definitely. So if you have any questions about this monitor, let us know, because this is really a great product. And if you want to know anything, or just go to our website, you can find out everything about it.
McSlender is asking extreme ghosting. Well, actually, VA panels, they got really fast nowadays. So in the past, you had that problem with other types than TN panel that you got ghosting. But now, other panel types are also getting better and better, faster and faster. So nowadays, you can get a really good gaming experience with the VA panel without any ghosting.
Yep.
Nice.
So let's move on.
Yeah?
And you can still enjoy the the Kindle version here.
Let's see if it disappears.
It's like excellent service in here in Santa's house. Amazing. So what's next? Let's see.
Still see some more boxes. But first, while you're grabbing the next present, I'm going to draw another winner for our giveaway. If you haven't entered yet, please do so. Go to msi.com/2/insider and participate. If you cannot see the link, I will also put it in chat right now so you can enter directly. And now let me draw another winner. Let me see. Oh, whoops. Click the wrong button. Let me try that again. And the next winner is... I'm not sure if I can you can pronounce it, I think.
I'm not here. Who are you talking to?
Okay, some ghost will pronounce it right now.
Jackie, yo.
Okay. Jackie, congratulations. You won a $20 Steam wallet code. We'll probably send it to you tomorrow and have a lot of fun with it. So there's your first Christmas present already. Talking about Christmas presents, we have another one.
Yay.
Oh, this one's looking good.
Yeah. It's actually very professionally. I think Santa just went a notch up with this one. But let's open it up. I mean,
It does feel bad to unwrap this stuff.
yeah, but it's very
Because it looks so
satisfying
good.
to just do this part. Okay, let's go. We're going back in size, I think.
I think this is a 32-inch monitor.
You're on point today. You are on fire. I would have said maybe even 40-inch.
Yeah, maybe 50.
Yeah.
65. Ah. I might have seen that before in this stream.
Yeah. I vaguely remember somebody mentioning something about a headset.
Yeah? What
Yeah.
headset?
I'm
This
not sure.
headset!
Yeah. Oh, hey!
Let me grab it.
Yeah.
There we go. Here, put it in your head.
I have a very big head, but let's try it. So, here we have it. Our... Actually, I can't really hear much with this on, so let's
Because it
just...
blocks away the sound.
Exactly, let's just put it here very fancily. So this is our GH70 gaming headset.
Got
And
plug it in. Then maybe you can also see the lights.
wow,
Let me see if
Guys,
I can reach that with
service.
the cable. Yeah, I think I can. Oh,
Yeah.
Trying a little bit. But you can just continue. I'll plug it in the meanwhile.
Yeah. So this is actually our well-lit RGB headset. Well, you can see it in a moment when Mike's gonna plug it in. Here's the box. I mean, nothing really spectacular here. So let's just move on to the product itself.
There we go. RGB.
It's starting to pile up. RGB on.
So let's break it. Oops.
Yeah. Well, it has great quality, so it doesn't break that easily.
There we go.
Yeah. Really flexible here, so you don't really need to adjust the headset itself. So you can just put it on your head and it will adjust itself because it's, well, elastic.
That's also interesting about the GH70 is that it's a USB headset. You actually need a USB. You need the power from USB to get the RGB lighting. We also have the GH60 model. That one is an analog model with a 3.5mm jack, but that one doesn't have RGB lighting.
Yeah, for those of you who do really want to have the Christmas lights at home, definitely go for this one.
Yeah, and it also, the USB version also supports virtual surround sound 7.1. So, for example, if you're playing a game like PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds or Counter-Strike, the game
in
that
those
you like,
kind of situations, it's really important because I can't imagine somebody playing with, you know, the headset and you can't really know from what side your enemy is coming from, because I actually have won so many games and rounds just by simply listening to the sound.
Yeah.
So that's really a crucial part in your gaming experience.
I'm not sure if the cable is long enough, so I'll grab the
Yeah, let's
camera
just turn it to here.
here. There we go.
So here we actually have a very nice dedicated controller. You can just adjust the sound, you can mute your mic, you can actually toggle on or off your 7.1 surround sound. It actually lights up, as you can see. So right now it's turned off, and here right now it's going to be muted. So
And
very
the USB
handy,
version also supports high-res audio, so you really
Exactly.
get crisp and clean
crisp.
sound quality.
Exactly. And what
see.
I think also very nice is that if you have an MSI setup with Mystic Light, you can actually sync this with the rest.
Oh, I
Because
thought
this
with
one
your
also-
Christmas tree.
Well, we gotta dedicate the Mystic Light to the Christmas tree first, then technically, yeah, it'll work.
Nice.
It'll work. It's gonna be a nice
something
little
we-
side project, I think.
Maybe nice for next year.
Yeah. So, alright, if you guys want to know more about this, let us know.
I was asking, is it made up of plastic or metal?
It's a bit of mix. So this part here, well, it's not really plastic. It's more like aluminum metal.
Mhm.
And here we just have hardened plastic. So it's really a mix of metal and plastic. So it's not really a plastic headphone.
Yeah.
So don't worry about that part. It doesn't really break like that.
And it also has another cool feature. You can, I think you can take these off and replace them, because it actually comes with other cushions included. So here we have the like leathery like.
Yeah.
It's not real leather, so even if you like animals a lot, it's still fine.
Very
We
friendly.
haven't used Rudolph for this, and you can also have like
Thank you.
you could also have the fabric ones, and they're more open, so they don't
so it
block as
depends
much
on your
sound
personal
from the
preference.
outside. So
Alright,
let me just put this aside again.
let's now wait and move on to the next.
More
What
presents.
do we have? Because yes, we're not there yet. Long shot.
Oh, Santa, I have a message for you. DJ Corner says, shout out to the gift wrapper. You did your job so well. GG. Good job, Santa.
If only
Next.
Santa heard this.
I'm sure he heard it.
Another very well wrapped.
Like, he's old, but he can
Present.
still hear
Yeah.
some stuff.
I think this is a keyboard, or a piano, or even a very long
Computer?
GPU. But let's see.
Very long GPU. Bless you. Bless you. Is Rudolph inside?
I think I'm allergic to presents.
Are you?
But yeah.
Okay, I'll just take
perhaps.
them all of them then. Because I'm not.
You shall not take all the presents. Let's open it up.
People in chat think it's a keyboard.
Oh, think twice, think twice. I really can't imagine this being a keyboard.
More people thinking keyboard.
This is definitely not a keyboard.
Everyone seems to be thinking it's a keyboard.
It's definitely not
You're
a
all
keyboard.
wrong. You're all wrong. It's a
No,
keyboard.
it's not a keyboard. No, what I shall say is that it's not just a keyboard. See what I did there?
Exactly.
It's a Viger GK80. And it's very well and nicely lit up with LED. But,
Not just LED, but
No.
RGB LED.
of course.
With
I mean,
Mystic Light
nowadays,
support.
you can't never go wrong with RGB. But, Mike,
In the meanwhile,
shall we
I'll
grab
just
the real
grab
thing?
it and let me plug it in as well, so we can see RGB.
We can see it in action. So many presents. I mean,
There
I
you
don't
go.
even
If
know
you can
what to
hold
choose
this.
from anymore.
A little bit further.
Yes.
Can you still see it?
We're doing our best, guys, to show you everything that we can. So,
There we go.
here we go. For the real gamers, how do you know this is really like a real gaming keyboard? I mean, it's
Gaming WASD
exactly.
buttons.
It's the most used button. I mean, I think in history.
I like my older keyboards. They usually have a little bit of wear on those buttons.
Yep. That's how you can really tell if somebody's really like a gamer.
But that will be harder on metal keycaps.
But I think most of you guys will also wonder, what does this boy sound like? If it's a mechanical keyboard, Cherry Mix. I hope you can really hear this. If not,
And this actually comes in different versions with different switches. So let's just pull the keycap. Oh, just typing in chat
Yeah.
with the keyboard. Let me just remove that. Okay. So if we draw off a keycap, we can see what switches we have. There we go.
ooh,
It's hard to see with the brightness.
yeah, it's just so white today
There. Yeah, that's better.
and so bright.
So they're the Amex Speed Silver switches, but we also have it with Amex Red. And the cool thing about the Speed switches is that it has a very short actuation point, so
Yeah.
it actuates higher and make you respond faster. They're really designed for gaming.
Yes, I think most of you might think, but can't really notice the difference because it's still a key. You're just pressing a key. And I think from personal experience, I also noticed that it actually does make a difference. When you're actually gaming and you're pressing a lot of keys at the same time, you can really notice the difference between a really sturdy or less responsive key
Mhm.
and a very quick one. So you guys really have to think about that part because it really actually does make a difference.
And I also see something on top there. You can already see it on the image, but maybe we can show it better in the close-up cam. We have a USB port, USB pass-through, and we have media buttons right there. So you can adjust your music here. You can adjust the volume
Yep.
or play, pause, mute it. With the USB pass-through, you can, for example, connect a USB headset or a mouse or whatever you like. It's also a really cool feature. And what we don't have here, but what is included in the box, a nice wrist rest and some extra keycaps. So if you don't like the feel of the metal keycaps, for example, you can just swap them out
Exactly.
with plastic ones. We have like extra grippy keycaps included in the box, so you can
Yep.
still easily find all the gaming keys you use most.
So you can't really say, but it doesn't look nice, because you can actually change it. So no excuse there.
And to make sure you don't lose the keycaps, you can store them in the wrist rest that is
Yep.
included in the box.
So how are the guys reacting to this?
Let me see. People are asking what's the USB port in the back for. I think
Oh.
you asked that before we explained
Yeah.
it. So that's for connecting other peripherals, for example, or any USB device you also want to connect. Please show that metal keycap. Then I have to plug it out because otherwise we'll be typing all kind of stuff. But we can drag one off. Let me see. I don't have a keycap puller here. But I
We
think
can
if I
make do.
take these two off, then I should be able to reach it. There we go.
There we go.
So here we have a keycap. So it's translucent ABS below, and on top you have the metal finish. So as you can see on the side, it's two different parts. So it feels like metal on top, and it is metal on top.
You're quite good at breaking things down.
But I'm putting everything together,
Right.
not like you like actually break it.
Yeah.
See?
Can't say that about
I
the
fixed it
Fighting
myself. So,
3. Alright, guys. You might think it's done, but I don't think it's
Oh.
done.
you disappeared for a short moment.
I'm back.
But we'll just let you
Yeah.
disappear again, because we're still running a nice giveaway. Go to msi.com/2/insider if you haven't done so yet, and join our giveaway. We're giving away several $20 Steam wallet codes. And if you cannot see the link there, I will also put it in chat manually. So make sure to enter there. And I will draw another winner as well. Jasper is saying in chat, I prefer a bigger enter key. That's literally the only flaw to me. That's actually dependent on where you live, which model you will get. So in certain areas you will get the ISO layout. In other areas, like here for example, you will get the ANSI layout. So that's really dependent on your area which model is sold. So I got another winner for our giveaway. Keon Valley, I don't know if I pronounced it correctly, but congratulations, you won a $20 Steam code. You will probably receive it tomorrow. And then, oh, Ja, you look weird.
Yes, I grew a beard.
That's pretty fast though.
Yeah, it's called speed growing.
Oh, it works pretty well.
Yeah, it's like speed running a game, but just like, speed growing a beard. Yeah.
Is it as fast as Rudolph or Blitzen?
No, they're the fastest.
So Adrianos, welcome.
What is up?
Our nice colleague and expert on certain presents that we have.
Yes. But I'll just unpack the first one, so I won't spoil what kind of presents. And you know, once I unpack the first one, people will know what kind of present it is. So I suggest we do that.
Yeah. So you're the
I wanna-
expert on the fluffy lucky dragons, right? So that's gonna be our next present.
Yeah, I'm
Like a
expert.
really big
I'm a
one?
goodie. Expert, yeah, I'm a goodie.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So all the no, that's not true. That's not true. But I am an expert in some things that are just as mobile.
You can already
good
guess
as-
in chat. Let's see if they know what you know.
Yeah, I'm an expert on things that are just as mobile as goodies.
Let's see if we have someone's saying in Nordic countries it's the big enter. Yes, for example, Nordic countries. I think also France, Germany, I think as well. United States, they use the horizontal enter, so it's really dependent on the region. But let's go on to our next gift. Because I think people are getting curious what you're the expert on.
Yeah, but I just decided I want to move backwards. So I'm gonna start with the big one and then go to the small one. But there's a reason. There's a reason why. And I'll explain later. So first, I wanna take this one. What do you guys think it is?
Goodies. It's a lucky doll. In a box.
Yeah, still mouse to complete the set. Yeah, this is our biggest mouse yet. It's huge.
Is it snowing in hell? That's a weird suggestion.
It's snowing in hell. It will be a cold day in hell. When you. All right, let's just unpack it. Desktop. Ooh.
Desktop monitor.
Close that sort of. Come on, which other product categories does MSI have, which we haven't showed yet? Modern computer. Well, yeah.
Monitor.
What is a motherboard?
Motherboard.
What haven't we shown yet, guys?
People
What
are
haven't we
getting
shown?
closer.
Uh,
Some people are guessing it.
yeah, some people have guessed it.
Yeah.
All right, let's start
Let's see who
off.
was the first one who had it correctly.
I think Kainatosh.
Yeah, I think so too.
The
Yeah.
Titan. Yes, we're moving on.
Okay, I can understand why people thought it was a desktop, because this is a big box for a notebook.
Yeah, we're moving on to the mobile gaming category of our products, our laptops.
Nice.
Back in the day, I don't know exactly when that day was, but a while ago, people always used to make fun of notebooks. Like, you can't game on a notebook.
Just gonna make some space in the meanwhile.
You can't game on a notebook, and that is not true. You can absolutely game on a notebook.
In the past, they were correct. In the past, you could not game on notebook.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, chips have become way more efficient, way more powerful, and way smaller, so they can actually be, you know, fit into a notebook. Obviously, there are some trade-offs, like because you, oh yeah, obviously it's not in the box. If you want to have mobility to be able to bring it over to your friend's house easily, or to a LAN party, or just from one room in the house to another,
You have it.
obviously you're gonna have some trade-offs, which is mostly nowadays on the decibel, like the noise production. I mean, they cool pretty well, but obviously it's gonna make more noise than the desktop. But the performance is
Because the fans have to be smaller than...
the fans have to be smaller, so they have to spin faster. That way, you know, they make more noise. But if you don't do any crazy stuff with your laptop, like overclocking, if it has an overclockable CPU,
And we're saying the box still doesn't reveal what it is.
yeah. Well, I'll show you. This is the GT75. It's a previous gen GT, so it has a Kaby Lake. There's a Kaby Lake CPU in it, but as you can see, it's a beast. We have used this for a while now, so it has a couple of dents.
Did you give it to Jao or Eric?
No, we gave it to UPS.
Okay.
No, just kidding. So this is a 17-inch screen. This one, it's a GT. T stands for Titan. It's our biggest, beefiest, most like high performance notebook we have. I mean, it is mobile, but the truth is, on these ones you cannot really game on them without a power supply, like without having it plugged into a.
And that's because of the graphics card, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Because this one, let's see, because it comes in different configurations. I think this one has a 1070 SLI, I think.
SLI.
Yeah.
So it actually has two graphics
Yeah,
cards.
so this one has a 1070 SLI. Which is insane. It also comes with a 1080 or a 1070, but this one is like the middle one. It has a 1070 SLI. Not only that, this is one of the few notebooks that has...
Let me see if we can get a little bit closer.
Oh yeah. A mechanical keyboard in a notebook.
So you got the nice, satisfying clicking sound on your notebook.
Exactly. GT means Gran Turismo. True. You can also play Gran Turismo on this one, on the high settings. It
must be so satisfying if you're still studying, and if you go to the school library and take the notebook with you and just clickety click out there.
Oh yeah, that must be so.
You will really annoy everyone.
Yeah, I don't think this is a notebook people will bring to school. Like, this is not the most portable.
Depends on what kind of studies you do.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, if you do, because it's not that you can only use it for gaming, because it has like a beefy
GPU in there.
GPU, two of them, and a very good CPU. You can also do like video editing, rendering, and all that kind of stuff. Animating, maybe 3D modeling. So that is really, really handy. So yeah, like I said, mechanical keyboard. One thing that is really important in these systems is to have decent cooling. And as you can see, we have two very big exhausts. Very big exhausts. One thing MSI is good at with all their products is cooling. On the GPUs, in the notebooks, on the motherboards, it's always cooling. So in most cases, our notebooks have more heat pipes compared to competitors. So this one, I think it has 11 heat pipes, if I'm not...
11 heat pipes.
11 heat pipes because it, it has two GPUs.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, so the heat pipes transfer the heat to the fans, and it blows the air out in 4 different directions. So heat gets sucked in from the bottom, and it gets blown out on the back and on the sides to have decent cooling.
So you have to be careful if you want to use this on your bed, for example, that you don't block.
Exactly, I would not recommend that, but I would usually not recommend it with notebooks when the air intake is on the bottom.
Yeah,
wouldn't do that.
You would also suck all the dust into your notebook.
Exactly. Not only is this a 70-inch screen, but it's a 4K screen as well.
Ari is saying, like a supercar.
Yeah.
It looks a bit like a supercar.
It is,
especially
yeah.
like the rear exhaust.
Definitely. I mean, it has some aggressive looks. Absolutely. It has some aggressive looks. But yeah, it has a 4K screen. It runs 4K at 60 FPS, 60 hertz. But you can also do full HD on 120 hertz. And when you rock it in full HD with 120 hertz, it has a 3 millisecond response time, which is actually pretty good.
And it's also really nice that you can now finally have higher refresh rates on notebooks.
Exactly, the screens are getting better and better.
'Cause that always used to be kind of a weaker point of notebooks. Like you could not reach those high refresh rates.
Yeah,
But now it's really also getting there.
exactly, and like 120 hertz is basically the standard now on notebook screens.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Gaming notebooks.
gaming notebook
Yeah.
screens. Yeah, like so expect that in every MSI notebook to have at least 120 hertz. We also have 144 hertz screens in notebooks, but this one has a 120 hertz screen, and it also runs in 4K. Also, when it comes to productivity, or maybe not even productivity, let's say you're playing on a 3-screen setup because you want to do some, say, flight simulator games. I'm just saying something randomly. On the back side, you can see there's a lot of connectivity. So you have an HDMI out, you have a Thunderbolt, and a what's it called? A display
Mini display port.
display port. Yeah. So you connect it up to 3 screens.
That's nice.
Yeah.
And you also have your LAN connector there.
Exactly. Yeah.
So if you're on a LAN party, you
Mhm.
don't have it on the side, where it can sometimes be a bit annoying if you want to put stuff next to you.
Exactly. Every connector is on the back. This one is the what is it? The power connector. This actually comes with 2 bricks because of the 2 GPU setup.
Okay, yeah.
You
Makes
need,
sense.
Yeah, you need a lot of power to to power this this rig up.
Cool.
Are there any questions about this this beast?
I just want to enjoy that keyboard.
Oh yeah.
It's good.
Also, not only that, it is all our gaming notebooks have SteelSeries keyboard. This one, has the SteelSeries mechanical keyboard, and the high-end models, so the GT, GE, and GSs, have per key RGB. Also the GPs, by the way, they have per key RGB, so you can customize every key on your keyboard. And like the screen that Josh showed earlier, you can maybe put like a health indicator or a bullet indicator when it decreases.
So you can
it will
also
show. Yeah.
have it for something useful,
Yeah, exactly.
other than just Christmas decoration.
Exactly.
Which is also cool, but
Imagine bringing this thing to a professional interview. Yeah, I mean, I admit this is not the most mobile thing we have, but
if it's a job interview, I think they will hire you right away
Yeah.
if you come in with this.
yeah, I mean, this is for, let's say, light transportation, like from one room to another room in your house, and maybe once in a while to your friend's house. Yeah, this is not our most mobile system, but it's for the people that want the best performance,
Yeah.
but still have some form of mobility. So yeah,
Cool.
any RGB, yeah, on the keyboard. Yes,
Of course, RGB.
keyboard is RGB.
2018.
Yeah, we also have
course,
the GE 63 Raider RGB, which has on the back it has like 90-degree lights, and that has full RGB as well. So you can show to your friends how fancy your RGB setup is.
Cool.
Its weight, this one is about 6 or 7 kilograms, without the bricks you have to carry around. So like the whole package is 10 kilograms almost.
But still, if you compare it to a desktop
Yeah.
PC with a monitor, that's
Exactly.
extremely light.
Exactly. Like for instance, like a friend of mine, for example, he lives together like with his girlfriend. They have a kid. Sometimes he doesn't want to lock himself up in a room while he's gaming, so he's gaming in the living room. But sometimes he wants some peace and quiet and just game on his own, and then he takes the notebook and puts it like in his own room. So that kind of mobility is perfectly suited for this notebook.
It's an impressive notebook, I have to say.
Yep. All right. Let's continue to the next one. Now
Ooh, more presents.
we're going to a newer model.
It might be a notebook again.
It might be a notebook again. So now we're going from bigger to smaller models. But this one is also a.
Dimitrios is saying my guitar isn't RGB. Like, do you have a very old guitar there? Because I would assume that all modern guitars have RGB, right?
Gaming and workout at the same time, yeah. Get those gains, brother. Get those wins and those gains. This is actually a brand new notebook which has been released
this month actually, like November, December. This is gonna release.
ST61 is saying, how long will the stream take? I'm doing overtime already. I want to go home.
Just like
Just
10 minutes.
do some more overtime and enjoy the stream.
10 to 15 minutes. We're almost done here. I like this box design because you cannot, you know, see anything.
Is it even a notebook?
It is a notebook. It is a notebook. I really like this design. But if you want to grab the notebook, this one is the GE.
So that must be.
Yes.
This one?
Yes. This is a very, very nice notebook. I really love this one because
This is a lot slimmer than the previous one.
Oh yes.
And it's a lot lighter.
Oh yes. And oh nice. It also booted up. What is really nice about this notebook is that it's, if I'm not mistaken, world's first 17-inch notebook with a thin bezel screen. As you can see, the screen is, you know.
Looks really nice.
Yeah, it's really.
And it still has got its webcam on top, right?
Yeah,
Even though
exactly.
it has a very thin bezel.
Exactly. So this one is the GE75, a brand new notebook. Like I said, world's first 17-inch screen, thin bezel.
And I already see some nice RGB out
Yeah,
there.
the RGB lighting.
And I can also see light coming from the USB ports. That's convenient, because usually it's quite hard to find your USB ports in the dark.
The devil's eyes, as they say. But yeah, it's a very very thin notebook. But
So I would suppose this one has one GPU, right?
this one has one GPU, yeah. And the nice thing is that this notebook, compared to the GS, which is also like a very thin model, does not have a Max-Q design GPU.
So it's a full powered
It's a full powered
GPU chip.
Yeah, it's a full powered. It's full powered, which also means that if you want to do some mobile gaming, it's not gonna last like up to 7 hours, 8 hours. So you still need to be connected to do some games.
Because what kind of GPU are we talking here?
I think this one rocks a 1070.
A 1070.
If I'm
So
not
a full
mistaken.
featured GTX 1070.
Yes. Yeah, because we also have a notebook which is a bit thinner, the GS model, which I'm gonna show a variation of that one in a bit. But all those GPUs are Max-Q designed to be more power efficient.
So that's really if you prefer a very, very thin
Exactly.
and light notebook.
Exactly, yeah, for the power efficiency, so you can, you know, if you want to do some mobile work, it lasts longer because of the power efficiency.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is very, yeah, I think this is very cool, and this is definitely a direction MSI is going to go to in the future. You're going to see a lot more thin bezel notebooks, because I think this is going to be the industry standard. This one, like I said, has a 144 Hz 3 millisecond screen. It is an option though, not every model has it, but the highest end has the 144 Hz display.
It's nice that you at least have the choice now whether or not you want to have that high refresh rate.
Yeah, the webcam resolution is 720p. Yeah, like webcam, we have it in there because, you know, it's handy, but it's not like our main focus. So we don't want to.
And it also has to be very compact now because of the thin bezels.
Exactly, and it's just like a budget choice as well. You don't want to like spend too much money on a good webcam in your notebook. So it's a 720p. Still waiting for RTX mobile chips. Yeah, well,
We all are.
I mean, I don't think it's a secret that someday, I mean, hopefully they're gonna come out. When
I
exactly?
would assume so.
I mean, yeah. So far, every GTX series has been in a notebook. So I don't know more than you know at the moment.
Yeah.
But CES is coming up very soon.
So perhaps we're going to
So
see anything there.
who knows? Who knows?
So
So this one is actually a brand new one. Now we're gonna take a different direction.
more presents.
Yeah, we're gonna speed it up a little bit. We're gonna take a different direction because we.
But this is a much smaller box.
Yeah, much smaller box, and we figured at MSI that there's also a large group of people that we want to cater to, which are not maybe very attracted to the very aggressive gaming designs. And there are people that may not, you know, gaming is maybe their side thing.
Like maybe business people that want to game in their break, for example.
Exactly.
Or when they're on a business trip and they're in their hotel.
Exactly. So this is actually also a brand new notebook. I really love this box as well.
You can barely see it with all
Because
the...
of the lights,
all
yeah,
the
of
snow.
the reflection, yeah. But, ooh, oh man.
That's
How-
a clean box.
How good does this look? So this is our
People are already saying mousepad,
no
mousepad,
mousepad. No,
mousepad.
this is our notebook in our prestige lineup. And our prestige lineup is
As thin as a mousepad.
as thin as a mousepad almost. Yeah, this one, this notebook is catered to creators. This is the exact same chassis as the GS65, but it's the P65, the Prestige 65. There are small differences, but let's just grab the notebook and show it to you. So like I said, for the people that
There we go.
for the people that want to do some gaming on the side, but are creators, because that is our focus group for this one, this is like a very good notebook. This is the thinnest in our lineup. Let me just show you how thin it
That
is.
looks slick.
This is not even 2 centimeters thin.
That's cool.
Yeah. It's really, really thin. And again, it has a lot of connectivity. You can see the USB-C, you can see the mini display, the HDMI.
So this is still a high-end notebook, but
Yeah,
in a way
absolutely.
smaller package.
Absolutely. So, but it lacks some gaming features such as the per key RGB.
Jasper is saying, well, actually, you can use it as a mousepad.
No. There's another brand that looks kind of like this. It is the same color notebook. I won't name the brand, but if you want to do some gaming, that is the brand you use as a
As a
mousepad.
mousepad, you put it next to this one.
Exactly. It has
Those
like
are-
a,
yeah.
a fruit on the.
Oh, you mean banana?
No, another fruit.
Pear.
Yeah, it's
Pineapple.
yeah, close.
Okay.
Warm.
Pine.
We shouldn't say it. We shouldn't say it. So yeah, this is for creators. These notebooks come in different configurations. The entry level is 1050 Ti,
Mhm.
1060 and the 1070. All come with 16 gigs of RAM.
So in this one,
Yeah.
we can find the 1070 Max Q edition.
Exactly, the
We
Max
talked
Q,
about this.
and that is because we want these notebooks to be, very power efficient.
As
So
thin and light as possible.
as thin and light as possible, and because it also has a
How do you like the black snow, by the way?
the black
Pretty
snow
cool,
is
huh?
really nice. The black snow. So yeah, this
Yeah,
is
like
really
whi-
light.
White on white doesn't really
I mean,
work.
it's super light. I can throw it around.
Don't drop it.
I won't drop it. I can just
Don't
spin it
be-
like
don't be Eric.
Yeah, it's super light. So if you want to do some light work on it, this can last like between 7 and 10 hours. So if you're just browsing the internet, if you're just
That's much longer right there.
if you're just writing stuff, etc. But because it has the 1060 and the 1070, you can also do some like heavy duty, medium to heavy duty creative work on it. You can edit videos, you can edit pictures, you can do maybe a bit of modeling, even 3D modeling, etc. And there's also like a new trend going on in the rendering. In the rendering world.
Mhm.
People that do renders of movies and 3D models and animation, etc. The new trend is a dual rendering on the CPU and the GPU in some programs, because not all programs supported it.
So you can really use all the power that you know. we have
Exactly,
in it.
exactly. Because usually you could only select like the
One
CPU
of
or the
them,
GPU. Yeah,
You have
but
to choose.
exactly. But now they're looking at like the dual rendering,
Mhm.
which is going to be really interesting if you're looking at a mobile setup.
And also for content creators, I can imagine the screen is also a very big thing.
Exactly. So this one is close to 100% sRGB, if I'm saying it correctly. So the colors look just how they would look in real life. So definitely, if you are designing stuff, the screen
So
is
really color accurate.
exactly very color accurate
And
display.
also in the touchpad, I see a very small
Mhm.
black thingy.
Exactly.
It's a little bit hard to see.
Let me
But,
show it to you. Oh man, it's so white.
but the
It's
block
so
is
white.
quite black. So
The black is quite
that's-
black. It's yeah. You can log into your computer just with one touch.
So it's fingerprint reader.
It's a fingerprint reader, yeah.
Cool.
For ultimate productivity. Just log in, start working.
Sweet.
Yeah, this is really nice. And again, because it has so much connectivity, you can connect up to 3 monitors.
Can I have it? This
you
one fits my son.
you can borrow it maybe. But yeah, it's really good. It's really good. And now the last one.
More present.
Oh yeah, I have to open the box, obviously.
No present without a box. Ooh.
So small.
Mousepad.
I don't know why brands need to make items cater for gamers, all sharp, heavy, flashing, and big. Yeah, exactly. I mean, and the thing is, you can also game on it because it has a 1060 and 1070 in it, even with a 1050 Ti. And not all gamers want, you know, the aggressive looks. So that's why this notebook is really really nice
Also,
as well.
like the person who said, imagine taking this to an interview. Well, maybe this model is a little bit more suitable for that.
Mousepad!
It's a bit dependent on the job you're going for. If you want to be a game designer, you might just as well take the Titan with you.
It's mousepad. And the thing is, because we because there is another keyboard in this notebook, in the previous one I showed, the price is also different compared to a GS65. It's a couple of hundred of euros cheaper. Not only because of the keyboard, but that's the main reason.
It doesn't have RGB, right?
It doesn't have RGB. In some cases, there's also another screen in it. So, right. And this one is also one in the Prestige series, but this is like the smallest. Look at how small it
That
is.
box looks a lot like the previous one.
Yeah.
But it's even smaller.
Yeah, but this is.
Mousepad.
It's not a mousepad. All right, it's not a mousepad. All right, let's show the notebook.
Look, here I have a very nice metal mousepad.
Yeah. So like I said.
That's super light.
Yeah. So like I said, this is also an addition to our Prestige series. So for our for the people that want to do some work that are not interested in the gaming product, this is our newest edition, the PS42. This one, you can get this one with an i5 or an i7, but those are also like the, I don't know exactly the numerical code, but it ends with a U, which is like a, you compare it to a Max-Q design. It's energy
The ultra
efficient.
low voltage
Exactly.
processor.
Yeah, so it's a very power efficient CPU. It comes with integrated graphics or with an MX150. So you have some onboard GPU possibilities.
So you can also decide whether or not you want to use the dedicated GPU.
Exactly.
if you don't
Disappointed
need
that
it,
it's
you
not a
don't have
mouse
to-
pad. Where's the mouse? Where's the mouse? It doubles as a frisbee. Well, it is as light as a frisbee almost.
It's super light.
Give us a
When I
mouse
just
pad
handed
and
it
not
over
this
to you.
garbage. Hey, listen, for just $1,000, you can use this as a mouse pad.
It's a great mouse pad.
Yeah, it's a great mouse pad, a great quality. But yeah, this one is really for light work or very light. How do you
If
say
you're
that?
traveling a lot, I can
Exactly.
imagine this is very convenient.
Yeah.
If you're in a train or airplanes a lot, for example.
Exactly. So, and because it has like you know, onboard graphics or discrete graphics, and the power efficient CPU, it lasts for like again up to 7 to 10 hours. And this is great for light work. This is great for business people. I mean, it's so light. It's so light.
And it's super thin as well. Maybe you could show the side.
Yeah, it's really thin. You can see. But also you have some connectivity. You have the HDMI. There you go, 2 USB-Cs.
So you don't have the problem that you only have like one USB Type-C port.
Yeah,
You actually have connectivity on here.
yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really good. And yeah, and if you want a game on it, I mean, let's say
Then at least make sure to get the model with the dedicated
with the
graphics card.
MX150, and maybe
Yeah.
you can play, you know, a bit of Hearthstone. Or those type of games, you know. It's not gonna run like heavy games, but it's not made for that. It's like really
And
made
some
for
older
the
games will run fine.
Yeah, exactly. So this is really made for the traveling business people. So yeah, it's an aluminum design, no plastic. It
And
is
maybe also very nice for students.
yeah, it has the Cooler Boost technology. So even though it's small, we don't sacrifice on the cooling, because it also has like a very good intake and output of the air. Also a fingerprint sensor, thin bezel design, just like the other one. So that way we can make the notebooks way smaller.
Nice. There goes the mousepad.
Yeah. I personally use a shitty laptop. Yeah. Upgrade to a non-shitty laptop.
Who's from MSI going for the dongle-less route? Yeah.
I want to show
I think
one
you
thing.
should be able to connect a couple of
I want to show
devices.
one thing before we go.
More presents.
No,
I
no,
thought
no,
you said
no.
it was the last one.
It's just I don't know. I just stacked them up here next to me, and I think this is nice to see. Look at this. So yeah, whatever type of gamer you are, whatever type of creative work you want to do, there is a there is a mobile solution for your needs.
Yeah.
And not
I
only
found
that,
something else.
yeah, exactly. I almost forgot about that. So during
I
this
have
Christmas
2 more
period, yeah,
Boxes.
during this Christmas period, we're gonna have we have a special promotion. The loot boxes. Yeah, very nice. So during this holiday season, if you purchase an entry-level notebook like the GF or the GP series, you'll get the level 1 loot box, which
And you can see it on the thickness, right?
yeah.
Like
So many mouse pads.
level 1, level 2.
Oh my god, guys, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, is it really there? The notebook?
Dun, 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 dun.
There you have it.
With a mouse pad.
Cool.
Are your needs satisfied now? You get a mouse pad and a mouse.
Because why would you need a mouse pad if you don't have a mouse?
Exactly.
And you might as well use
And
the
a nice
touchpad.
little exclusive goodie, which you
Oh.
cannot get anywhere else. These are
This
not.
will get people jealous.
Yeah, you cannot buy these. You can only get this through our events
That's a nice.
or
it's
in
a
these-
lucky keychain.
Yeah.
Cool.
These presents are great, but when we will receive them? Well, this one, like I said, the loot box level 1, which I just opened, is when you purchase a GF or a GP notebook, and the big one
There you go.
is
Open it for you.
is for the big boys. Like a bigger
Bigger box, bigger dragon.
bigger box, bigger dragon, exactly. Also, this is exclusive. You cannot get this anywhere. You cannot buy this. You can only get it, in this loot box or at events, if we're close to you. A bag, so you can carry your laptop safely and everywhere. And
Nice.
a nice headset. I'm not gonna unpack it because I'm actually gonna send this to someone.
To me,
Maybe.
would be nice.
So this is the level 2 loot box, and you can receive all of this good stuff if you purchase a notebook from the GE, GS, or the GT series. And that is only during this Christmas period. So if you're looking to get yourself a cool present, or family member, friend, kids, you want to get your grandma into gaming, whatever you want, you can do that.
Nice.
There we go.
Thanks so much for joining. And now I'm going to make you disappear.
Bye.
That's a slow response time. I promise you, our monitors are way faster than this. So, first, I'm going to draw another winner. Our next winner is Timmy McLaren. Congratulations, you won a $20 Steam code. If you didn't win today, make sure to enter our other promotion that we're currently running, where you can vote either Team Ace or Team Edge. Just go to the URL that I will post in chat now and make sure to vote. There you go. So you can decide which build you like best. And also have a nice chance to win a very nice prize. So that was it for today. I hope you liked the gift guide and that Santa gave you some good advice on what to ask for Christmas this year. For next week, we're going to do something really cool as well. We're going to build the ultimate liquid-cooled gaming rig. So be tuned for that. We'll be here next week, same place, same time. No, not same place, because now we're in Santa's house. Different place, same time. Make sure to tune in and see you next week. Goodbye.
Get out of my house.